And I just started it. So, okay.
All right.
So today we have the regular player named Nibbles logged into RSC Uranium, the bot world. And this is your host, Marwolf. And with us today we have Log.
Hello there, I am Log.
And we have Ryan.
Hello.
And Double is silent, but also listening. And we've called in Keenix, but don't have Keenix currently, so maybe another episode for Keenix. But the goal today is that we want to go through and just do a quest or two or three. And the whole thing is, what is the thought behind doing these quests? Why maybe did Jagex choose to design it that way? And, hey, what sort of weird, quirky trivia do we know about these quests?
Okay.
All the while, in the background we have a billion bots doing bot-related things like...
It's clearly not a bot.
Look at this player.
I was curious why you chose the bot server to do this on.
Well, I think it's great because it's busy. There's how many do we have online? There's 275 bots logged in right now.
That's crazy.
It's a lot.
And I crashed RSC Plus because I did the online player list.
Yeah, I gotta still fix that.
Okay, let me relaunch there. That's really funny that we...
Crashes the client.
Yeah, so, it doesn't do that when you have the built-in
Yeah,
client.
Because the inauthentic client can handle really big packets.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you send over 5,000 characters to that other client. But that's what would really happen if you did send that much data to RC+.
All right, so we're back here, and yeah, there's let's see how many are online still. 275. The unique online right now, there's 27 different people logged into RSC Uranium. So
yeah, that's quite good.
I think there's more online than probably right around the close before they announced closure in 2018.
It helps that you don't have to pay a membership fee, but yeah, for sure.
Definitely nice.
I think I'm the one who registered the first, not a bot, and everyone else had to do the numbers afterwards. But yeah, here we are in Lumbridge, and I took my Nibbles account that I was playing originally in the RSC preservation world, and then kept training on RSC Cabbage once we did the transition over to that from the original game database.
Oh, you've cheated a little bit.
So I figured, why sit there and bot a billion hours just to get ready for doing quests? I can just become an admin, set my stats to 50s, spawn some necessary items to do the quests, and then take off the admin role. And still there's no other quest done. Just save some time, make it so I don't have to spend a million hours to prep for quests.
All right. Well, the lore is that you botted all those stats.
Yes.
Which is completely allowed on this server.
And hey, there's a number of these quests that I've never done in all these years.
Which ones are we looking to do today?
So I figure we just do them in order. That they're
chronological order, or like in the quest list?
I'm happy with doing chronological, but
I think it's like roughly the same, honestly.
Yeah. Once it comes down to the members list quests, I did Dragon Slayer. I had done the Witch's House, Lost City. I might have done Druidic Ritual, and maybe Scorpion Catcher, but some of the later ones, I think I did Fishing Contest and Sheep Herder, Plague City. Dwarf Cannon, I definitely did that because I wanted that Dwarf Cannon when it first came out. But a number of these other quests, I've never done. Dig Site, Gertrude's Cat, the Plague City. I remember seeing my brother do those, but yeah, I've never done them. So my hope is to get to experience these, and I have to rely on everybody else in the audience listening and talking to be able to do these quests, because the rule will be that not allowed to open a quest guide.
Yep.
And so, like, here's Keenix, who's in game, but not
actually.
Yeah,
Not
just kind
actually,
of just standing there.
Yeah, he's doing his Lumbridge standing.
Let's go find him. There's
Or at least he
Keenix.
was earlier. Oh, yep, there he is.
There he is.
He's just hanging out. And then here's Bilbo Baggin, which is probably one of the best characters.
Yeah.
I've received so many
That
sleeping
cracks
bags.
me up every time.
He's always broadcasting he'll give you a sleeping bag, but no, I don't want to steal a sleeping bag today. So yeah, I added a few items to the bank, but not a whole lot. There's maybe 200k to work with, so there's a lot of the hardest amounts of gathering items won't be required. Not a lot of grinding's necessary, but still the technique and how you go through that quest, and maybe some ways to get stuck while doing the quest, I'll have to deal with. Yeah. So we'll go through here. I think, weren't there more quests above Black Knight's Fortress? That's weird.
No.
Okay.
Black Knight's Fortress was a release date quest, but now you need 12 quest points to do it. So you actually can't do it first.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I remember there used to be a dagger on this table. A steel dagger.
Yeah, that was a private server thing, though. We corrected that.
I could have swore that it's part of that we remember weird things, but yeah, I remember trying to get rich, trying to steal the dagger off the table, and always summon.
Well, I might be wrong too, but I don't think there's supposed to be a dagger there. I'd have to go check.
This army of Notabots. So let's go with Cook's Assistant. I think that's a great starter quest.
That's number 1. Yep.
So I believe it begins in Lumbridge Castle. And we have to talk to the cook. It's great having so many other players here.
The Z fighting. It's great.
The cook says, "What am I to do?" Well, what's wrong? Oh dear, I'm in a terrible mess. It's the Duke's birthday today. I meant to be making him a big cake for this evening. Unfortunately, I've forgotten to buy some of the ingredients. I'll never get them in time now. I don't suppose you could help me? Yes, I'll help you. Oh, thank you. I need milk, eggs, and flour. I'd be very grateful if you can get them to me. Probably should do this in a British accent.
Maybe not, but you can try.
Eggs, flour, and milk. I don't have my coins. I could attack.
Keenix.
Yeah, Keenix. You could at least do a chicken event or something. That would ruin the game.
Don't do that.
We did chicken event the very first day, back in August 2018, and it was said that. Funny. Yeah, it was said that we ruined RuneScape. Oh, there's Keenix. Aha, and there's Selecry? Secree? I'll take off the server mutes so you can talk. Alright. Yeah, so I've got the podcast recording, and we have more people here to join, so that's awesome. I sure hope no admins jump around and spawn KBDs to kill me in front of various quests.
Would never do that.
Terrible if a JMod did that.
JMods on my server? I don't think so.
My favorite part, I started playing back in like April. Was it April 2001? And I picked the wizard. That was my character. I wanted to be the mage.
Hmm.
So I started out with like +3 magic.
So
Right.
what are we doing here?
So we're doing the cook's assistant quest,
Hmm.
and I gave myself a bucket because I didn't want to have to go buy it, but I also just need some gold. So I figure we'll just take some moolah from the bank and go back and buy things the proper way. There's snow.
Did Classic not have the spawns for the egg and bucket and such?
No, he's just getting around to it, I think. There are definitely egg spawns just on the ground, and I'm sure there's a bucket somewhere.
This man's trying to purchase an egg for 1,000 gold.
Well, you know, if there's a demand and a market to supply it, who might argue?
I'm honestly curious to see how getting the milk goes, because when I was over there last, there were a couple bots killing the cows, so you might have to
no.
be quick with that.
Interesting.
Well,
Another idea for a good bot would be there's Bilbo Baggins giving you the sleeping bag. If there was another bot that gave you the egg, milk, and the flour, that would just like kill these fetch quests.
Cook's assistant is a bad quest.
It's a really bad quest. It's like most of the early quests are really bad, actually. I mean, I love this game a lot, but most of the free to play quests are just fetch quests.
Yeah. I think the best part about this game is it's aesthetic, and just it was the first experience where you gotta walk around in a game with, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
people.
Open world games in 2001. There were a few, but there weren't any except this one online.
There were no
in the web browser
multiplayer. Yeah.
for
exactly.
free. Yeah, and multiplayer as well.
Mhm. It was just a unique experience that you kind of had to be there, but I mean,
Yeah.
I say it all the time. I honestly do think the game itself sucks. As much as I hate to say it.
Well, I enjoy parts of it.
Don't get me wrong, like there's still parts of the gameplay that are fun, but overall, the gameplay sucks in this game.
Isn't that just RuneScape in general, though? Doesn't that include 2 and 3 as well?
Oh, for sure. I think for sure it's like definitely a lot of the same elements in this game in later games.
The sound effects were cool when they first came out with members in 2003, 2002, but I just turned that stuff off. It's
really annoying. Almost every
Yeah.
sound effect.
although the
No, come
vials, the vial one where Obram was just filling vials over and over, kind of gets
That
some
was
pattern.
tolerable.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was all right.
It's
There's
okay the
one-
first couple times you hear it, but yeah. it's
The
repetitive.
one really good sound effect is the level up sound effect. That's the one I want to
Yeah.
hear every time.
oh,
No, I don't know about you, but I have Andrew's mom cooking eggs as my ringtone.
I wonder why they didn't add like music like they did for RS2 and RSC.
I think
Probably
just
they stopped
RSC
caring.
it didn't exist long enough to get
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
Yeah, because we have to think this game was only like actively maintained for 3 years.
Yep. They did add music, in RuneScape too.
Which makes me think, why is it taking us so long to get better authenticity? But replicating is harder than creating, for one, and two.
In some
less time.
cases. Yeah.
Yeah, it also it wasn't super intuitive. Like, just to be able to understand how to operate this
Yeah.
hopper, it took me too long. I would make the flour, and then I go down to the hopper and realize, oh wait, what do I put the flour in? And then be so mad because I lost. And then, oh, I forgot to press the switch. Now I have no flour down here.
I didn't even know about like Tippet when I first played this game, so like I relied on the people I played with in real life telling me how to play.
Yeah. We played in the computer lab, but
Yep.
I definitely had my RS girlfriend, and
Ooh la la.
we went on dates in the cooks
Wow.
was the cooking guild, and she taught me how to
Yeah.
make red berry pies. Her name was Dream Girl. She was she definitely told me what she looked like, and after eventually I found out that she told me that she was Australian, and it turns out she was from California, and it's
Okay. All right.
Interesting.
As it goes.
You know, we still got married, and we went to Karamja and exchanged the diamond ring during the trade, and in RSC we were married in Karamja on the volcano. It was nice and scenic. It was the ordained person was Mach 95, and he had rune, and yeah, we traded the diamond ring, and then once we were officially married, we never got divorced.
Yeah.
So you're still married to this day then?
Yeah, and you know, we actually, right before COVID, I had a work that I had to travel for work out to LA, and I messaged her and I was like, hey, why don't we just go get dinner and hang out? I actually like to finally meet you, since I'm actually going to California for once, because I've always had to travel up and down the East Coast, and we hung out. It was actually really cool. So
Wow.
it was like the decades went by, and we're still friends, so that was fun.
It's awesome.
I feel like you mentioned that way back in the day.
Yeah, and Christoph, very popular in the botting community. He was the second person I recruited to join my clan in 2002. The Dragon Annihilators Reborn, and we've been friends since. It's been almost 20 years almost. It's crazy.
I feel like a baby around y'all, because when you talk about playing RSC in the computer lab, that was me with RS2.
5 years.
Yeah, I'm in that
after
boat too.
us. Yeah, my oldest friend is somebody I knew in real life from like 1997 or so. Still occasionally play games.
How do you get eggs from chickens? Do you just kill chickens until you get an egg?
They
No,
lay them
they're on the
randomly.
ground.
Well, you have to
go
very
to the-
gently.
Yeah,
The
not in
bugs
that
are probably
pen.
taking them.
No. Go to the other chicken pen across
Yeah.
the river. That's where the egg is.
Okay. Probably the cows too.
Well, across from the cows.
Okay. It's just the walk speeds. Just unlike RS2, you just kind of... The map's smaller? I think that was Jagged's
Right.
argument, so that's why they didn't need running.
Oh yeah, I remember looking into trying to do running, and it was just like super complex. Like I tried it, and we had a lot of bugs.
Yeah, it was kind of a slow start, but then you get to
Yeah.
running, and it was... the animation was a little odd, but you do 2-3 tiles at a time, and the client would keep up, and you really were kind of running. It just had a slow wind up.
I think we also had bugs, like where.
Well, yeah, you could clip onto the other side of a fence too easily. And
Yeah.
underground, it was a problem. You just, I'm lost and I'm in the black because I was in a dungeon.
Yeah.
which-
So
If we limited it so you
trivial.
couldn't run underground or above ground, then maybe.
that was an issue. I don't even remember like what the bug was. I just remember that it
Oh.
didn't seem like a priority, so we just dropped it. And like, okay, running's not going to be that big of a deal.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's still in there. You just have to enable it.
I see
Yeah,
there's like a walking tick
Yeah,
that can be set, but I never
There
played
is.
with that.
it's buggy.
We just need a horse, and then we can have a player beyond the horse, and that then can do the running. And then it's horseback
Amazing.
riding. So I got the egg from the chicken over there that was just in the spawn, the
Very
ground
good.
item, and the cows away from
Yeah.
all these.
Use a cow.
It's
Any
just
cow.
it's just like it used to be in game. You'd have players running around just questing and trying to kill cows, and you just have to work around them.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part about making a remake is when you have to intentionally implement bugs in order to keep authenticity.
Mm.
That's kind of what I'm at right now with catching. It's kind of a bug that you can catch at all from more than one tile away, but just the way that player walking is processed, it turns out you can catch from further.
It's
has
interesting
gone
having
into-
to.
Go ahead.
It's interesting having to almost break your own systems to get things to work how they did.
Yeah. That's what takes time.
Oh, there's beer on the ground. I like beer.
That
Beer bones.
it also took us a lot of time to actually understand how they actually architected the server, like how RuneScape worked. It took us over a year to even realize that was a thing, and then it took us another like 6 months of digestion and talking it out to actually like understand.
Yeah, when we
How it
first
worked.
opened the server for public open RSC back in August 2018, we were just trying to get it out the door so that we'd have something for people to jump on. You know,
Yeah.
it was just like, okay, well, Hikalaka published the RSCE server and client source, and
It was really bad.
We didn't know how bad it was.
then
To
you
be
have
fair, Legacy was pretty bad against
Yeah.
like Olympic buff too.
Yeah.
To be fair, so
That's fair.
Cook
we
says,
were
oh,
kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place there. We did definitely make the wrong decision by starting with the RSCE, but we didn't really have
Yeah.
anything to go on.
Congratulations, by the way, on your
Yeah.
one point.
I have one quest point.
Great. What's next? Shearer or
Sheep shearer will be good. I pre-bought the shears. I knew it was probably going to be needed.
we should have been shearing the sheep, and we would just go up and spin the balls right now.
Aha, that's some speed run right there.
Speed run.
Yeah, I hope that we can like implement some timers and stuff on the server side that can, help that community, because there were a few people interested in doing speedruns. Is that me?
Yeah. Wait.
Is
Oh
that
yeah,
me,
that's you.
Wolfie?
That's you.
Yeah, you're standing right there. You're just hanging
I'm
out.
always there.
Someone closed the gate.
I've been there probably 80% of the last 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got some wool. I don't know how much wool I'll need. Was it 3 or 5?
It's
like
actually
20,
20.
I think.
20?
20.
Well, I better be shearing here. Give me your fluffy ball of wool. They're pretty.
Yeah, I don't know why they
dog.
decided to let the sheep run away.
That's part of the fun.
I mean, if I were a sheep, I wouldn't just stand there.
Fair enough.
Hey, the sheep have eyes. Why don't we have eyes?
We used to have eyes in
You do,
2001.
don't you?
They took our eyes away.
They took our eyes.
I mean, there's some irises there, but yeah.
Yeah, we have 2 dots now.
Need 10.
And they didn't give them back till like 2012 or something like that.
Yeah.
There we go. Alright, I've got 10 things of wool.
So Ryan, I haven't looked at all, but is your PR? Have you actually migrated the plugins code now? Is that what that is? Is that
No.
why it's so big? Okay.
I just we
I
I
renamed a lot of
started,
functions.
but I closed that one and I just
Mm-hmm.
pushed a new one that had just the function definitions.
Yeah, I don't blame you at all for taking or pushing that off until the end. Sorry, it's kind of hard.
Minus the ones we talked about with like the threading and the
Yeah, those
Style.
just leave for me, or at least leave them. At least leave them for last, so I can get a more detailed explanation.
Can't believe they put a bank on top of Lumbridge Castle in RS2, RS3.
Is that a thing in RS2?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The third
they
floor.
added it September 2006.
That's about the time I quit playing.
I was surprised it wasn't there when I started playing Classic. I think I started in
Everyone's
like
super surprised by it.
2010, I think, is when I was able to make my account.
Probably not, because I think the opening periods were 2009 and 2011, and
Oh, then
2000
it was
Right.
probably 11.
yeah.
Because I think it was the second one that I was a member for, because I wasn't a member that often, and it just happened to line up that I became a member the one time they opened it, or the second time they opened it.
The Global Friend was a cool add-on.
Yeah, I'm glad we did it this way, Lewis. That was a great idea, bro.
I like it.
Great.
Because then you just go to your private history and there's the individual, or just you tell everyone as the Global Friend. You can still, oh, you don't like it? Remove it. You want it back? Global $.
Yep.
Yeah,
Good
that was
thought.
such a great idea, Lewis.
Good
Yeah.
integration.
Because of the whole yell or say or whatever it was just so private servery.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I think we still have that.
I got yelled at actually for
Announcement.
Yeah, we still have that.
yeah, the botters don't like it when a JMod uses private chat.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, they log out.
Is that still implemented into the bots?
Some of those APES scripts.
They want to use their old scripts, and the old scripts are like, oh no, a JMod. So avoid talking to the bots if you can.
I mean, not a bot's still there.
It's not against the rules to mess with bots.
There's
I'll be
200.
honest, I was
It's
online
only
earlier
lost two.
trying to mess with some. I put them back, but
Last time I did get yelled at for that.
Oh, were you the one?
It's not against our rules.
Yeah, really. Get good. Script better. Use better bots.
No, yeah. I mean,
Woo-woo.
It's Botscape.
Yeah.
I like that, actually. I think it's good that we, say fuck it and all that.
I like it if they can use their authentic scripts without changing them. I think it's good if they can use their old scripts.
Where do you begin with sheep shearer? Is it Farmer Fred?
Yeah. That's right, Farmer Fred.
Okay. Well, I've already made the balls of wool, so that
Half
should
of
be-
them.
Half.
Yeah, that's
I made
count
10.
again.
Do I need 20?
Yeah, that's what we
I
said.
think you can hand them in partially.
You
though.
can. You
Oh,
can give
okay.
half of it.
I'm glad I'm not trying to play Iron Man or Ultimate Iron Man. That'd be so hard. I don't know how people do it on like 1x servers.
Ultimate Iron Man is really tough,
Right.
and it doesn't feel good.
Hey, I like how the sheep talk. That's great. We need a sound effect for sheep when they go bah. You need that. We could do that in one of the custom servers.
Absolutely.
For the farmer, you're after a quest, you say? Actually, I could do a little bit of help. My sheep are getting mighty woolly. If you could shear them, and damn it, I can't see past onion. Bring me 20 balls of wool, and I sure could. And I'm sure I could sort out some sort of payment. Of
I love the
course,
second option.
of course, there's
It's like
still
they knew the quest was not very exciting.
Oh, it
but
doesn't
they still
sound.
made it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a very interesting quest.
What do you expect? Are you gonna help me or not? You know you're gonna.
Fine. Okay, Boomer. All right. Here's my wool. You know you're gonna help
He
me
literally
anyway.
said that.
What? Okay. Here's the balls of
All right.
wool.
Great. That's all I've got so far.
That's some inauthentic dialogue. He doesn't actually say that.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Maybe we should go through some of our RSC Plus recordings and verify that.
Yeah, that's some inauthentic dialogue.
I've been doing the quests and auditing them, but it takes a lot of time, so I haven't gotten to Farmer Thread yet.
Yeah.
Oh dang, we definitely have some kind of memory leak.
Oh.
Server's up to 300 megabytes used.
That's
Well,
not bad.
yeah, I mean, until it hits 800 or a gig.
It's stable, but it's definitely leaking.
Okay.
So
well.
you're telling us that the series of tubes has leaks.
If it can last a week, that's good enough.
It can last more than a week. It's already been up a week, hasn't it? It's probably been up like 2 weeks by now.
I think we had an update on Sunday.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
probably
right.
Sunday.
When it was.
I can just SSH into the thing and just do a screen.
So it can probably last.
So I booted it on. Okay, so it's been running since the 14th at 6 p.m.
So 5 days, it's about a third. It can last about 15 days. If this is linear and all that.
Yeah, and that's with all the million bots jumping on and off all the time.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7. I need 3 more.
Wonder, I don't know. I don't have the ability to deal with that right now.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Man, watching you use the shears on the sheep, I could not imagine doing that for something like mining.
Oh yeah. I did the best scam when I was a RSC player. It wasn't really a scam. It was kind of like, if you just mine me a ton of coal, one day when I reach rune smithing, I will then make you as much rune as you want. But then I never quite reached it. I got to like 81 smithing, and people were giving me like 20k coal and things like that, but I just never made it.
Wow.
It took me months, and it takes you so much time. I don't know how people would do it otherwise, balancing
Yeah,
high
I think
school.
people have said it takes a bot like 60 days to go from 1 to 99 mining, or smithing rather.
I have to go back to the Lumbridge Castle. Good private server add-on. Spinning table right there. It's like the person who said that mining in the mining guild was just so mind-numbingly boring that they needed a fountain added down there so they didn't gouge their eyes out. So we added a fountain. On cabbage.
I don't think I ever remembered mining in the mining guild as a kid. Whenever I mined coal, I remember doing it in like Barbarian Village.
Well, I always would go to the little spot by Varrock, in the Varrock mine. That was my favorite place, in the Varrock sewer, but...
Yeah, I don't know why nobody ever knew that like the mining guild was the most efficient. It's kind of weird. It's really weird how like in 2001 nobody knew this stuff, and it's not just the fact that it's 20 years later. That's not the only explanation.
Yeah, 2002, 2003. That was my real big into it. I think I was 9th grade around 2002. 2002 I was in 9th grade.
I was in 7th grade then.
And yeah, it was all about playing RSC instead of doing math homework. Thanks to RuneScape, I repeated every math class twice.
Oh no.
I had a friend in college. We had this gaming club in college, and we just played all kinds of games, board games, even video games. We had Smash tournaments, for example, and like Magic the Gathering and stuff like that. But like, he would skip every single class to come play Magic or whatever the hell we were doing, and like he failed every class that he ever took at college just because he skipped because
Oh,
he wanted
no.
to play games instead.
Worth it?
No.
A certain friend of mine took a class on what do you call it?
Horticulture?
Horticulture. Yes, he took horticulture because he wanted to learn how to grow weed.
Oh my god.
Well, what a good cause.
He was the biggest stoner I ever knew in RuneScape.
Hey Log, do you know if it's a bug that your character on your screen is facing one direction, but on other people's screen it's a different direction? Do you know if
That
it's a
would-
bug?
Yeah, that would be a bug.
Is it a bug in Open RSC or is that an authentic bug?
That should be an open RC bug.
Okay.
And do
Yeah, definitely.
their clients, are they
If
authentic?
if you come into Drainer Village, you would always see the bots always facing the correct way, like in a line.
Mhm.
So if we're not syncing the direction, that's a bug.
Well, I was looking at myself on my screen and Wolfie on his screen, and I was facing a different direction.
What a
On the two
bummer.
different-
I'm
What a
running
bummer.
authentic client. I don't know about you.
I'm actually not.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Was
maybe.
it just like the thing where his screen
Yes.
is slightly rotated a different way, or was it like a completely
You
different
know, it
direction?
could be because I wasn't like correcting for it. You're right, Ryan.
Like, were you facing the water or were you facing the castle?
I'm facing north.
North. North is subjective because the stupid camera spins around as a bot,
okay.
anti-bot measure. It's slowly rotating.
Actually, it doesn't rotate.
Oh,
It
your client rotates.
pans ever so slightly. No, it doesn't rotate. It pans ever so slightly.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
it
suc-
doesn't rotate.
I successfully gave Fred his silly balls of wool, and now he's mad about me being on his land. I'm looking for
He
something to
forgot who you
kill.
were.
What, on my land? Leave my livestock alone, you scoundrel.
Did he forget that you have balls of wool?
Did you forget that you have balls of steel?
Hmm. And yet he doesn't care that Randy Marsh is on his front yard killing chickens. I don't need these shears anymore. I'll just
Are you
litter.
All right.
Iron Man?
No, I just try to make it a little easier to not carry around
Oh,
everything I
okay.
don't need.
Did you stat yourself 50?
Uh-huh. I air quotes botted. It's RSC Uranium.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It doesn't bother me. I'm just curious. I'm not gonna say I've never staxed myself for some fun.
Well, like when we need to do what do you call it, PK tournaments of level 23s or level 33s, we just need some sort of open PK mode where you can just toggle onto PK mode, kind of like 2001 RuneScape had. You could go into PK, PvP mode.
Yeah.
Uh,
On the other hand, we can just have people bot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just fatigue train or whatever you need to do.
Yeah. It's easy to fatigue train with
I have
bot.
2% fatigue. OCD, must sleep. Fuller.
Fuller.
Let's do a different word. It's a typing game, right?
Disprove. I like
Eight
that.
Plus Bot was always so bad with sleep words.
Pondering.
And RSC's like letter obfuscation algorithm isn't even that good.
The best thing was when they had humans typing it for other bot operators.
Yeah, I recently read about that the other day. That was interesting.
We've talked about that a few times over the years. I was never a botter myself. The only time I botted was to gather data.
I bought it in like 2004, right around the time of RS2
like
beta.
Yeah.
Illegible, okay. ILLEGIBLE. It passed.
I was I was so upset when like I logged on to RuneScape one day and it's RS2. I'm like, what the fuck is this game? This isn't the game I came here for.
Well, I downloaded Rebot, REI bot, Wartnet operator, Jamie. What was his alias? REI. I don't know. He was one of the first people that helped with RSC Damon. Yeah, I was using Rebot, and I logged in, and I could see that you could world hop, and I was able to join what I thought was a RS2 world during the beta, when you could still see your RS2 friends online and your RSC friends online, and I thought I was logged into an RS2 world. Players were telling me I was on their world for private, but I never really stayed on there. I didn't want to get banned for glitching or something, but I want to say that I used an RSC client to log into an RS2 beta server.
Huh.
Just by picking a world that was preset with the IP.
I gotta say, that feels more Mandela effect than
Yeah,
anything.
I mean, maybe I was just on an RSC world and
Yeah.
thought, but I believed that I was on an RS2 beta world.
Hmm?
Kind of interesting that maybe how they could have architected it.
Yeah, to be fair, it's possible that the protocol was the same in early RS2. I have no fucking clue if it is or not.
Yeah, honestly, like the really deep packets are so well constructed in RSC, I would expect them to reuse them, but there might be like subtle differences eventually that cue off.
Yeah, even a client version, that shouldn't have been allowed.
Yeah. So it's not completely impossible that you signed on to RSC.
Yeah, I bet you could walk around for a little bit without things breaking. You can actually log into RSC Cabbage without things breaking as long as there's no harvesting things around. But it just looks really glitchy.
Oh no.
Or the presence.
Right. As long as there's no inauthentic content around, you can look really weird and like you have a bat on your back.
Nice. What's a good quest to do next? We have the Restless Ghost?
Yeah, Restless
That's a good
Ghost.
quest.
I would do
I
that.
actually do like that quest.
It's still a fetch quest, but it's like a more fun fetch quest.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a great quest. I do like it.
It is somehow a better fetch quest than Cook's Assistant.
The only thing that bugs me about that quest is you have to walk around the fence to get into the Lunbridge swamp, or to go back and forth like 3 times. I don't know why they didn't put an opening in the fence and you have to walk all the way around it.
I think I played RSC like most of 2002, and I didn't really go anywhere other than Falador, Varrock, and Lumbridge, and Alcarid.
Yeah, I mean, it was expensive to have members. $5 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was my birthday. My brother's birthday was the month after mine, and my grandpa decided to gift us both members together as our birthday present. And it was when members first came out, like in 2003, and it was awesome. And we thought it was going to be perpetual, every year every month for the whole year or something.
I bought the game.
Yeah, he thought he bought the game, and when the renewal came through and he was billed, he was not happy. And my dad was like, "Give me your password. I have to cancel your membership." And we were so sad. We only had 1 month.
Aw. I never even really went into like the Lumbridge swamp either, though. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I didn't go. I didn't hardly do any of the content of the game. I just kind of walked around Lumbridge and Varrock and Falador, and to a lesser extent Alcarid too. But and I never really even went to the wild. I don't think I ever really went past like level 10 as a kid in the wild.
I did a
was
little
always
bit.
Afraid of losing my one set of rune.
It was so great.
I never had more than one.
Yeah, when noobs would die, you just see the pile of junk they collected.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely died to level 31 skeleton or whatever in the wilderness, and I was sad that I lost my dagger that I thought I got from Lumbridge.
Yeah, I was always so afraid of the wild, as a kid at least. But to be fair, as a kid, I was never very rich in this game. Like I said, I only ever had like one set of rune at once.
Yeah, it took a while to scrape together just enough 32k to buy a rune long. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 32k felt crazy back in the day, and like, back in 2002 playing this game, 32k felt like a lot of fucking money, but
It was a lot.
now everybody's only talking about millions and hundreds of thousands and shit like that, yeah.
This ghost. Woo woo!
I don't think that's how he said it.
I'm not sure about that. Woo woo. Well, if you insist. It's like me talking to my cat.
Yeah.
Woo. I don't know if you start the quest with the ghost or if you start it with
The priest actually in the church.
Yeah. And then you have to go pick up a skull, if I remember right, from Wizard's Tower.
That's right.
I read this Welcome to the Church of Holy Saradomin. I read Welcome to the Church of Satan. Nice place you got here. Be a shame if something happened to it. It was built 230 years ago. Where did that come from, Andrew Gower?
How old
Yeah,
is
I don't-
Cambridge?
I
Yeah,
didn't really go to Draenor very much as a kid. I did go to Wizard's Tower now that we're talking about it. Yeah, I did go there.
I think they said that, Lumbridge was kind of built to resemble Cambridge, and that was the name, too, during the
Is that a thing? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
RuneScape documentary video. They were saying that.
I did not know that. Interesting.
And the river is also named after a river in Cambridge.
Hey, great.
What did they call the river?
The River Lum, or it's named after the
Oh,
river.
yes.
Yeah.
I put up the little map overlay, and it doesn't have a river name on it. But yeah, River Lum, that sounds right.
Yep.
Is it ever referenced in a quest? Or did they just tell us that during the...
I don't know
Video.
when that got started called River Lum.
Probably RS2.
Could be, but maybe not.
Let's see, it says... I'm sure if you told him that I sent you, he'd be willing to help. My name is Father Eric from By the Way. Be careful going through the swamps. I've heard they can be quite dangerous. His friend is Father Ernie. Quest history. Is expert on ghosts. Yeah, I believe he is currently living as a hermit. He's a little shack somewhere in the swamp south of here. Lost City. I'm sure if you told him... Okay. Yeah. It's a long walk just to get to the swamp. They need little handholds over the fence for...
Oh, yeah. We should think about doing that in Cabbage.
Yeah, little
That's what's there
agility
about it.
shortcut. And it's nice that you can at least click and it'll just path to it. You don't have to deal with that crap.
Yeah, RSC's pathing is actually pretty decent. But that's probably the fact that the game is actually broken up into tiles.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to process tiles than it is subtiles on like every other game at the time. That's probably why its pathing was better.
Yeah, I mean, it's great that the A-star has been built in so we can use that going forward for, like, bosses and stuff, but...
Yeah,
It was way too
Amy's
hard.
great work.
Yeah. Apparently, A-star for NPCs really makes them smart, and they will go around every... There's no such thing as safe spotting. They will chase you down.
Inauthentic.
That is an alternate.
I mean, a KBD should use A-star. They need to be smart. Safe spotting dragons is crazy. Swamp tar. I can just collect some. I don't know how much I'll need in the future, but probably wouldn't be a bad idea to have some saved up.
I think you need like one ever.
Oh, alright. I'll just leave the ones there.
Yeah, don't know what you use that for other than fishing trawler and maybe one quest.
Yeah. We need to do some sort of group fishing trawler event.
If it works. Does it work? I know that Louis put a lot of work into it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it works. We did a group event. It wasn't super successful. But
We didn't have enough people.
yeah.
I don't
And,
think I
like-
even know where that mini game is, to be honest.
Oh, we need bots to do it.
Oh yeah. Is there any scripts for it? Probably not.
I'm in the shed. Where the heck is the guy with the ghost skills? I thought he lived in the swamp.
It's kind of more southy, or
Oh,
yeah,
kinda
southeast
over
from
here.
where you are.
We
Or I
need
guess
a
more
man
just straight east.
Oh, there's a
that'll
mine.
teleport us.
I didn't know
with
there's
one
rocks.
Yeah, pretty good
Rocks
rocks here.
Huh.
Like one tick after the other, to each player on the server.
Hmm.
When you just script, it'll do that for us.
He says, "Go away, I'm meditating."
That's what he sounds like.
Father Eric sent me to talk to you. I suppose it's better to talk to you then. What problems has he got himself into this time?
Maybe I'll hang out in the
Almost
mining
sounds like an anime character.
He's got a ghost haunting his graveyard. Oh, the silly fool. I leave town for just 5 months and already he can't manage. Sigh. Well, I can't go back and exercise it. I vowed not to leave this place until I had done a full 2 years of prayer and meditation. Tell you what, I can do it though. Take this amulet. It's an amulet of ghost speak. So called because when you wear it, you can still speak to ghosts. A lot of ghosts are doomed to be ghosts because they have left some task uncompleted. And maybe if you know what the task is, you can get rid of the ghost. But I am not making any guarantees, mind you. But it is the best I can do right now. Thank you, I'll give it a try.
2 words on thank you. Half the time it's 2 words, half the time it's 1 word.
Oh dang, my client crashed in the middle of a mining guild.
Mm.
It's just the inauthentic client.
Fame.
I remember AIM.
Wasn't Fame in Discord earlier and no longer behaving or something?
Oh, I was talking about AIM.
Oh, yeah. AOL is the
Yeah, he
messenger.
was like bitching in Discord or something. Didn't we ban him?
I mean, hey, if you get a behaving game, fine. But if you want to be a jerk in Discord, don't be in Discord.
I feel like we've banned a lot of people recently.
I mean, we've
Not
got
that
to...
it's a bad thing. but-
Yeah, I mean, it's important to moderate, and we
Yeah.
can either play the game of put him in Santa's naughty list and let him complain in the room with staff, or
Doesn't work.
it doesn't.
Actually removed that recently because it never worked.
Yeah.
It never did anything positive.
Yeah, it's great to have a game that's not toxic and not full of a bunch of jerks that have never grown up that still act like they're 12. If they're gonna act like that,
Hardcore.
yeah, you know, they can go play on some for-profit sketchy private server.
And Dave.
That guy. Hey, it's a bearded
Hey.
lady. Small shaft.
We finally won though.
Yup. We definitely
It took us a while.
we don't have to pay for advertisement. We don't have to do any of that crap. We don't have to accept money, donations, pay to win. Screw all that.
Could you?
Organic.
Better SEO.
Yeah.
I still
Yeah,
take
somebody
in-game
offered
items in GP for updates, though. So
Yeah, I mean, if they want to gather 10,
just kidding.
100,000 cabbages for me, okay. That's a lot of botting.
Yeah, if it's a bot, I'll take 1,000,000 cabbages for
Yeah.
decent.
You have to ask for more than they can keep, and then it resets to 0.
So 2.1 billions.
Yes. Integer overflow.
I feel like did we fix that bug or did we keep it? Or did we fix it in the same way that Jagex did? Because I remember we actually talked about this like 2 years ago.
The XP one?
No, not XP. Item stack overflow.
Oh, I don't know about items. I know Lewis he recently did something with the XP overflow.
Yeah.
Yeah, XP. I think the cap is what, 5 million?
Yeah, 536 million. It's 1/4 of the
2.1 B.
unsigned, or no, actually signed. 1/4 of a signed integer, 32-bit.
So what we should do is cap it at like 500 million or something. At
Well,
least for
no.
the authentic servers.
No, we like it uncapped.
No, for
I
the
think,
authentic servers we do.
Even
Yeah.
on the inauthentic servers, I think rolling over is just like really cool to achieve.
I mean, last thing we want is a crash database.
Now, in the authentic game, when you rolled over, your stats didn't recalculate. In ours, they will. Now, I think like.
Yeah,
think
Louis very recently fixed that, so it doesn't recalculate constantly.
Yeah, and I also think nobody tested it, but I feel like if they gained, or like did a quest that gained a level, they would get reset probably. I don't think anybody ever tested that, but we don't know.
So this ghost has said some entry text, and it's already scrolled up too far, I can't get any more, but it says, the ghost says, not very good actually. And they say, what's the problem then? And the ghost, did you just understand what I said? I said, yeah, now tell me what the problem is. Wow, this is incredible. I didn't expect anyone to understand me again. Yes, I can understand you, but have you any idea what you're doomed to be a ghost? I'm not sure. Real informative. I've been told a certain task may need to be completed, so you can rest in peace. The ghost, I should think it's probably because a warlock has come along and stolen my skull. If you look inside my coffin there, you'll find my corpse without a head on it. Do you know where this warlock might be now? I think it was one of the warlocks who lives in the big tower, in the sea southwest from here. Okay, I will try to get the skull back for you, so you can rest in peace. Ooh, thank you. That would be such a great relief. It's so dull being a ghost. The writing is interesting for the ghost dialogue, but from the player, it's kind of cynical. I don't know.
Again, I think this adds to the charm of the game. It didn't take itself super serial.
Yeah.
I like this dialogue.
I do too.
I mean, it's kind of what you'd expect for people who play Dungeons and Dragons. I've actually never played Dungeons and Dragons.
Interesting.
Like, I've played Pathfinder 2.5,
thing.
equivalent for World of Darkness. I've done that, but that's the only ever tabletop I've ever done.
That's more or less the same thing. You basically played Dungeons and Dragons, and if you played Pathfinder.
There's so much to keep track of for the rules, and I just relied on the DM. I was lazy. I just played the werewolf, and it was... Keynix went from level 3 to level 123. That's cheating. Bilbo Baggin, still trying to get that free sleeping bag out.
God bless him.
What if those sleeping bags have bed bugs?
Slander. Slander of a good man.
So I guess I'm supposed to go to Wizard's Tower?
That's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
This is one quest that I do know. I wish I was able to recover my my original account. before the closure, but I wasn't able to.
Hmm.
I couldn't tell you what my password from 2003 was. I have no idea.
I thought it was great to write down really hard answers to the recovery questions so that no one could ever guess them,
That's actually a good strategy, though,
and then like couldn't remember the answers.
because those security questions are just like a multi-phase password.
Yeah, it was 5 different words as your recovery in the right order. It's kind of what you'd use for crypto wallet passwords.
Yep.
So I think wait, down in the basement or upstairs? Probably down in the basement. There's a skeleton, and there's a skull, and a wizard.
I don't think the wizard's hostile, but I do think the skeleton is.
Yeah, I mean it's green, so I don't think the wizard cares.
Oh yeah, you might be.
Yeah, I got the skull. Well, the wizards, I think they're always passive.
Yeah, I do think so.
I mean, I like to collect their hats.
I used to like to wear the wizard hats and robes and stuff.
I put on my wizard hat and robe.
Oh my god, no.
Wizard robe and wizard hat. Whatever the order correctly is. Paisons? Paisons?
I used to like the monks' robes because they gave prayer.
It was great to be a holy warrior. You just get the
Yeah.
R2 hander and use the prayer to save one item. And then you could just go be a holy warrior.
I was not good at this game as a kid. I will be completely honest. I was not good.
Back in 2003, we did a couple PK trips and with the clan, and our goal was to just run as fast as we could and surprise anybody trying to make pizzas in the bandit camp. And sometimes we caught a few people. We got to PK them. We got their pizzas. It was our victory because we're just a clan of noobs. Well, let's see. So I've got the skull. Do I just go back to the ghost at this
You
point?
go back to the ghost, yeah. I think you use skull on coffin.
Okay. Yeah. It'd be terrible if I had to walk all the way back because I forgot to talk to one NPC.
Wait, hold on. Is that inauthentic? The missing railing on the bridge there?
Yeah, because you can't put 2 railings on the same spot. Yeah,
Is
see,
that authentic though?
yeah, look, you've already got 1 railing on that tile, the one going that way, so you can't put another one on that tile without making like a corner railing.
Jagex never did that?
Apparently not, no.
That's in
Lazy.
replays? It's like that in replays.
And
Well, go look.
I
Yeah,
can't even walk into this tile.
You know, that does sound familiar now that we're talking about it. I do remember seeing like weird gaps.
Oh, and it's over there too.
yeah, this is a 1 wide bridge, by the way.
Yeah, that's crazy. Why is it only 1 tile wide? That's
Well, you can't walk on a railing, obviously.
It is a 1,000.
I never noticed that until now.
Yeah, I didn't notice that either.
So nice seeing players just cooking shrimp on the Barbie.
I know. I another thing that kind of brings me back to RSC is just walking into a town or even the areas between towns and you'd see like 400 fires. I remember thinking as a kid, who would want to light that many fires?
I was right here, and I'd first played RuneScape, and yeah, like there's Coca-Cola and 555. I guess they're just doing the same thing. I was standing right here, and it was my first time playing RuneScape, and I looked at the map, and I knew where I was, but I thought if I logged out and logged to a different world, it would be a different player, it would be a different location.
Ah, I gotcha.
I had no clue that you could just stand in one place and hop servers, and you're back where you were.
Yeah, I didn't have a concept when I was a kid, apparently, that people were training fire making. I was just so confused why people would put hundreds of fires, their towns and stuff. I was so confused.
Sometimes
Want to watch the world burn.
people would write messages with fires or symbols.
Yeah, Nazi signs. I saw
Yeah.
a couple of those.
For sure.
Trade me for a free sleeping bag. Bots need bot voices. We need one of those voice. We need a text to voice converter for as part of the RSC Plus experience, so it can convert.
That'd be good.
Yeah, just local chat to a robot voice.
Oh, that's a great idea.
You
Get a
can
file issue for that right now.
have Microsoft Sam or whatever the thing is.
Oh, that'd be great.
And depending on the player's appearance, gender, they could then have a voice in that either male or female type voice instead of one only bot voice. That'd be interesting.
Extremely pleased if we had that feature.
Let's see. Ghost is happy. How are you doing finding my skull? I have found it. Hurrah! I can stop being a ghost. You just need to put it in my coffin over there, and I will be free. Hello, Ghost. Okay, yeah. And he just repeats the same chat. There's the coffin. I have to open it.
I might be wrong, but I think that coffin stays open after you open it, so I think you might be the first person to have done the quest. Unless someone shut it.
You can close it, but
Yeah, why would bots need to do a quest anyway, especially since the 14th when the server was rebooted? 5 days ago, yeah. Hooray! They said thank you, one word.
there you go. Yeah, half the time it's one word, half the time not.
3 quests. There's Imp Catcher, but you have to take a million years to get the beads unless you buy them.
Catcher.
It takes a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna spawn the beads ahead of time, but then I forgot.
Don't spawn the beast. That's the coward's way out.
You have to kill a billion imps.
I hate that quest.
Have like a 5-hour podcast.
Fine. That's great.
Well, I mean, it's been 1 hour. But some podcasts go an hour, some go longer.
Sure.
I don't know, I think a 2-hour recording is reasonable. Because you can also just skip.
No, a staff member. No.
Oh no, one red bead. It's like a clown nose.
The integrity of the podcast. It's inauthentic.
Oh. A yellow bead. Uh-oh. I'm being hacked, guys. I don't even know where you begin Imp Catcher. So there's Goblin Diplomacy. You have to walk all the way to Falador for that. I just called it Faldor.
I don't even remember what I called it.
There's an A in Falador. But
I call it Falador today, but I don't remember what I called it as a kid.
I always called it Faldor. And Adrugene, whatever that city is, I call it Adridge.
I call it Ardoon today.
Oh. Maybe that's how you say it.
I don't even remember coming across that city name as a kid, so I'm not going to speculate. Oh no, that's the big members city. I definitely
Yes.
went there at least once. I just probably never knew the city's name.
There's-
Or no, I probably just called it Artie.
Yeah,
I think
well, everyone
about it.
said Artie because it was easier to type. And Fally.
Hmm
We didn't say Lumbee, but we didn't say Varaki. Vardy. Or Edgy. Oh, Edgy, that would have been good.
No, we said Edge.
Yeah, Edge.
Right.
I didn't go to Edgeville very often. either.
Ghost Town. That was the
Yeah,
original
that-
name.
That was the original name, yeah.
Witch's Potion, Vampire Slayer was a fun looking one. If you
There's
go,
2 quests in that area, if I remember right. I think Ernest the Chicken you can do as part of it.
Shield of Arrow, that was really hard and long, and Knight's Sword took forever. Romeo Juliet, I think that was one that people liked.
In my
Yeah, that's
opinion,
a quick one.
Yeah.
Vampire Slayer is the best free-to-play quest.
Yeah, I mean, I did like the Dragon Slayer.
Dragon Slayer, yeah.
I was so afraid. My heart was beating, and I was just, the dragon. I had one person just cheering me on from outside. They were gonna grab my items with a telegrab if I died. And I was.
Yeah, that's how I lost my full adamant set.
Oh,
I stopped
no.
playing for like 3 months after that.
Your cave is glitching out.
Hmm.
When you walk northwest, your cave glitches out. I'm sure it's
Oh.
authentic because it's the RSC Plus client.
Yo, I see it. Yeah, one of the animations.
Actually, well, yeah, if it's RSC Plus client, it's almost certainly authentic.
It is authentic.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of very weird graphical bugs like that.
I mean, maybe the zoom level might affect it, but I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
I always found how you could get like your head stuck behind a wall that you're standing in front of is a pretty
Yeah.
odd visual bug.
Do you know what the zoom actually does as far as 3D positioning?
It moves the camera away.
It moves it forward and away from and towards your character. Yeah.
Towards your toes.
It's actually technically the square that you're standing on.
Yeah. It'd be great if it was eye level, and you can lower the camera.
Mhm.
We do still have that in the custom client. But
Mhm.
why is the player taller than the door frame?
Some doors are not as tall as the player, and some are.
Is this an authentic level of zoom? Because I know the original game. Couldn't you zoom in on the original game?
No, you cannot zoom.
Yeah, so it was like roughly this distance, but still,
About that.
you're taller than the door frame. and roofs.
If you go to Varrock sometime, there's a door frame that's bigger so that you can walk through it.
That's good. Yeah, let's go kill that. I need some garlic. If I kill that vampire, isn't there garlic around here somewhere?
I don't know how much I'm allowed to help you.
Can't ask the audience.
I remember liking the quest, but I don't remember what you need to do to set up. I don't remember the details.
Yeah, you need a couple things. Nothing too tricky to get.
Cool. Do you turn people into frogs? What a cheeky thing to say.
Oh, not for years, but if you meet a talking chicken, you probably have met my professor the matter north of here. A few years ago, it was a flying fish. That machine is a menace.
What? Can you make dyes? What can you make for me? You metal witch, you can't help me. Well, let's see what can you make for me?
I mostly just make what I find pretty. Sometimes make dye for women's clothes, brighten the place up. I can make red, yellow, blue dyes. Would you like some?
Would you? No question mark.
Would you?
Would you
Great.
like some? No thanks. I'm happy with the color I am.
I actually spell color that way to this day because of RSC.
I do have armor.
Same.
Yeah, armor's the one that I always spelled that way because of this game.
Tell me you played RuneScape without telling me you played RuneScape.
Exactly.
The way you spell. certain
You live in
words.
America and you use the British spellings for things.
Yes.
I remember seeing that darn garlic somewhere, but if the client doesn't tell me there's garlic, then there isn't garlic.
Well, there also could be. It's a hint for you.
It doesn't tell me anything. I need
It
that.
just could be 944 squares north of your position.
I'd have to turn on my chords. I can't type in chords. Oh, you're saying upstairs. Oh, there we go. What a slow walk pace. This takes so long.
It is.
I always thought it was funny how your feet move way faster if you're walking diagonally than if you're walking cardinally.
You're walking like 40%
Yeah.
faster. So
I've always found that walking animation weird.
Let's see, which house has an upstairs?
Your kneeless little character. Basically a penguin with long legs.
Ah, there we go. Search cupboard. I found garlic.
garlic.
And here's a Ming. I have successfully stolen money. Alright, so now we can go to see... Let's go meet the Wizard of Oz. The Count of Draenor. I don't know why there's a random goblin around here. They should be out by Lumbridge. And these trees, there's just so many right here. It's
That one growing onto the path.
yeah. It's spooky.
Close
Close,
way.
close gate on bots. Veronica.
Can you please help me? I'm in a terrible spot of trouble.
Aha, sounds like a quest. I'll help. Or, no, I'm looking for something to kill.
Ooh, you violent person, you.
She runs away.
Violent person, dude.
I'm in a terrible spot of trouble.
Aha, sounds like a quest. I'll help. It'd be great for NPCs to also have the voice converter.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
And then you could assign British sounding voices.
Yes.
My fiancé Ernest,
The chicken.
and I came upon this house here. Seeing as we were a little lost, Ernest decided to go in and ask for directions. That was an hour ago. That house looks very spooky. Can you go and see if you can find him for me?
Okay, I'll see what I can do. Hey, there's 2 words there.
Thank you. I'm very grateful.
I wonder if we did correct all the dialogue. There should be way more one-worded thank yous by now.
Close the doors. Hey, this door didn't... Oh, there he goes. The door slams behind you. How spooky. Big old spider webs. There's a witch. A skeleton. Which apparently you can get to with a key. The old rubber tube. So, our friend the vampire lives down in the crypt. And I don't have a stake. And I don't even remember where to begin this quest. But there is a witch. And poison. And I can put the poison in the fountain to kill the fish? I only remember parts of this. Or is that fish food? Search the cupboard and find nothing. Why don't they let you search bookcases? Oh no, it's a maze.
Oh yeah, the lever maze. I totally forgot
No
about
help.
this.
Oh my.
I totally used a quest guide for this back in the day.
Yeah. The lever maze is annoying.
Pull lever. You pull leave B down. You hear a clunk.
Leave.
Yeah, what are they thinking? That's singular? Well, okay, so nothing worked. Let's pull the other one. You pull leave A down. You hear a clunk. Try it.
Dialogue authentic.
This whole thing is just like brute force solving the puzzle.
I wonder if we actually figured out like what the levers do to the doors, or if we just programmed the sequence that you're supposed to put them in.
I feel like it's a sequence, just thinking about how RuneScape would have worked.
You pull level D down, it's locked.
That's honestly a good insight. Maybe it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just a sequence. I don't think that they had any way to store properties on scenery.
And I can't go further. I've got to go back. I have to exit and then probably do another one of these. Is it A? You hear a clunk.
I don't know. It was clunk is you messed up, right?
Uh,
I feel like it
I guess
was.
just the sound it makes.
yeah. Door's locked. I gotta toggle it again. Does this one let me through? Nope. Alright. So if I keep lever A in whatever binary mode, I can, in theory, can get back the way I was? No. Still locked. What the heck? Locked.
This part will be a time lapse.
I need to phone the audience. Get some help here.
I think this was the first quest I used a
Oh,
guide
yeah.
on specifically for this puzzle.
This is where I become an admin and telewalk. Telegrab that oil can.
Can you? I don't think there's any restrictions on telegrab other than
Door?
the party house, right? That is a way to cheese this quest, isn't it?
Line of sight? Can you go through a door?
You can't telegraph through a wall.
Oh.
Also,
Okay.
certain items you can't telegraph.
Oh, right. Yeah, right. You're right. Good call.
I'm gonna need someone. I guess you just go up and then come back down to reset it.
That would be hopeful.
I doubt that it's going to reset it. I doubt there's a replay that shows if it should reset or not at that point.
I wonder if Jagex did this per account, like in your player cache, or if they instanced.
Yeah, it would be what's in your player cache, because all the variables that are in RuneScript are stored in player cache.
Louis, did you do this quest?
Inspect doesn't do anything.
That probably sounds right, to be honest with you.
You hear a clunk. Inspect. The lever is down. So, lever is up. It's funny that they don't replace the object with just an upside down version of the same object when you pull the lever. But I guess that would interfere with other players.
Yeah, that would interfere with other players.
The lever is up.
Although, to be fair, they could have done it that way.
What a disaster that would have been.
Oh, yeah.
So we have to still go through the doors. And last time I pulled both levers? It's locked. Still locked. But yeah, and that's locked. Okay. If I pull it again. Locked. Locked. And this one should be unlocked. And then, because one of them's open, then you just pull the other lever again. And... no? Okay, go back and try the other one. I think there was like some sort of back and forth. Where you did the one in the other room and that changed it. Nope. So I did lever A and lever B. And then lever C is not the one, but lever D. Lever D lets you in. And you can go through those doors, but you can't get...
You can't go through that one.
Yeah. And does this door work? Yes. Can you go back in that way yet? No. So then you have to change one of these levers. And I think last time I did A, so we'll try B. Does it still work? Yep. 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 Oh no.
There you go.
Which one? E or F?
Probably F.
Okay. You hear a clunk. Good clunk or bad clunk?
The lever is down.
Locked. Not locked. Locked. Not locked. Okay, let's try it. Moment of truth? Oh.
No.
Okay.
Oh well.
So I can go back the way I went, and let's try E.
I think you have them both pulled right
Yes.
now. Or are they like mutually exclusive? Because sometimes that happens.
Oh, it doesn't let you through there. Doesn't let you through there.
So you gotta pull up on F.
Yeah.
You pull leave F up. There's no way that's authentic, is it?
Leave?
Yeah. LEVE rather than lever.
Well, I'm looking.
So in theory, I just had to do B or A to unlock this door at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a clunk. Didn't work. I'm gonna toggle it back. Do the other one. Alright, let's try it.
Leave F has an F on it.
Alright, I did both of the levers. Didn't work. Okay, both of them can then go down.
Yeah, lever E should have a R on it.
And that's the only one.
F also has an R on it. C has an R on it.
Probably all do.
Probably, yeah. Lever A, lever B, lever D. Yep. So that's inauthentic. That R being missing.
So E, lever E, lever F. It's a lever.
Lever.
Lever C, lever D.
I would really like to do all the quests sometime and like really go through them, but
We've done that once.
well, apparently not. Once is not enough. Apparently.
To be fair, this looks like a bug that could have came through like changing code. Because it looks like we like concatenated the lever with the letter.
I mean, when we have to go through for RuneScape, that might be a good time for that.
Mm-hmm. So you can't get in the C and D room, can you?
So I already did that part. I'm just trying to get to this final step. and through trial and error. Maybe it's order of operation?
Okay. I used to like this quest, but now I'm calling this a bad quest.
This is a great quest. You just gotta have patience.
Lewis is online in the game.
This is the best quest.
It's still locked. It's like trying to build with red mine computers.
Yes.
Redstone computers. Oh my god.
Oh, I made okay. So now I've somehow made it to the DNC,
Good.
and I'm just gonna pull C, and maybe walk through these doors.
Nope.
Okay. It's almost as if it's a static route where there is eventually some combination where you can get this if you write it down.
These doors definitely have to be tied to the levers for sure. This is so weird. I hope we have a good replay of this.
I don't think that Louis made one. It turns out he just put in the correct combination. This was not one that I did because I did the later quests.
John might have.
Yeah. Oh, still locked.
Or somebody like Zephyr or Flying
Yeah.
Cell.
Revisionism did it. Gonna watch that one. He only has a 22-minute replay, so it's probably not.
It's probably the speedrun tactics.
Yeah.
I think Lewis is teaching me how to do this.
Oh no.
You can type in game, Lewis.
Alright, he's
Also,
He's
I like
going-
how Lewis looks like Andrew Gower.
I'm out of sync because I
Oh.
don't have the right lever organization. I guess I have to come up and around to reset everything from the ladder.
See, this is the hard part where you're all messed up.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Maybe it's this lever. Okay. I'm gonna walk up and down the ladder. I think that must reset the player cache setting for this. That would be what would make sense.
Yeah, except I don't think it does do that. I think it saves it right to the database, to be honest.
Oh no.
Which-
Even if
Should
it
be
did that in
capped.
RSC, it doesn't do it in Open RSC. I looked at all the ladders and, like, I don't think that's a special ladder.
So you pull that one, you pull the other one, then you go through this door, and then you go through this door. No. Lewis, I'm all lost.
Thinking about when this quest was released too, I don't know that he would have done anything fancy with the ladder.
Wait, you think there's something going on with the ladder?
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, it reset when I exited and came back down.
Maybe.
I don't know that there would be a replay to show that either way.
It is sad. It looks like nobody struggled in the door maze. But I don't know, even on YouTube, probably people just followed the guide.
So somebody
How do we
has
know
to.
what doors are connected to what levers?
I mean, you could just go look on
Which
OSRS.
favorite order?
Oh, that's fair. Good point, Log.
All right, I'll go up and down the. I'm a little stuck.
I think my guess is you probably have either E or F pulled, and it's not supposed to be yet, and so that's throwing you off. I don't know though.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna pretend that this resets me. So he says A up, okay.
So you have A down, he wants A up.
And let's inspect. It's down. Oh, okay. B up. Let's inspect B.
A up.
It levers up, okay. And then you go through the door. No.
Go to the door. No.
No cheating.
Lewis is like, I'm trying to remember too. Okay, B is down. Lever A.
Both A and B are down.
Yep. Okay, I'm through the door. What's the cheat code? It's IDKFA. Up, down, left, right, right, left, down, up. Start, select.
Oh, God. So he wants B down, A up, I guess.
It doesn't work, though. Oh, he came through that door. Okay.
So B down, A up.
Okay. B, inspect. It's down. And A, we're going to pull that up. Okay. Open door. It's locked.
Is the other door locked? That one?
Yes.
Lewis, if you can hear us, can you teleport Wolfie into the
No.
room
No, Louis, if you can hear, don't.
so we can unset them and restart?
No.
What if it's designed to make you have to log out to reset your doors?
Well, you could try that. Maybe that would do something.
Is it player cache persistent?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe it's not in player cache. I don't know.
It could be player attributes.
This is an
I don't
example
think-
of the slow log out that I noticed.
That is
I don't
weird.
think-
That's a very
yeah.
slow lookout.
I don't think Jagex had difference between.
Oh, you know what it is? I bet the slow log out is PCAP writing taking a long time.
Persistent and not persistent.
Maybe.
Yeah, it could be.
Actually, I'm not sure. I think maybe that all
Start
finishes.
with both
Cap is
levers
down.
down.
Alright, so inspect, and it's up. It's now
Yeah.
down. And this one, inspect, lever up. Pull
Lever
it
up.
down. Okay, so now where?
This door? No.
Louis
other door?
acting like you got the whole place memorized.
Alright. Which one now, Lewis? Luis. I think that's the right way to say his name. Luis.
It's locked. I wish you could tailgate and just run through the behind them. So this lever is up and this lever is up. Okay.
I see.
Help.
So, Luis, we have C and D up. A and B down. What next?
Who says levers down?
A and B down. C and D up.
I just pulled C and D down.
Okay, C and D down.
And this door works. You probably need it. I did that. So you can walk through this. No, you can't.
Oh, Psychery's back.
Hello.
Hello. I've undone the server mute. So we need assistance with how the heck we're gonna go through this maze. And a little lost.
Louise.
Are
For
you
him to
Dragon
eat it.
Slayer?
So we're underneath the Drainer
Oh, is
Manor.
That's Ernest the chicken. Okay, it looks very different in RS2. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and the hard part is, yeah, we didn't even intend to do this quest, but kind of just fell into it, and now can't figure out these switches. Got kind of far, and then it's all messed up, and Lewis is kind of lost too,
Great.
it looks like.
Oh God, do the doors not open or close to show their state when you flip a switch?
No, I don't even
No.
think I did that in RS2 up until like a while into it.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, guys. That's painful.
We need some sort of a quest guide.
If only I was knowledgeable. I bet it's not even the same lever sequence.
I think it might be.
I can pull up the guide if you would like me to.
The problem is now all his levers are in a random order
No,
because
Oh,
he's trying to get through.
I think I reset it when I exited and came back down. So outside they're down, and then I came in here and I pulled them both down so I could go through the doors.
But what about your lever E and F though?
I think those reset.
Hmm.
This quest would be nowhere near as bad if the
Do
door
we-
is open.
Do we know for sure that this quest isn't broken on OpenRC?
I'm
We
pretty
don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure it works.
I would not blame you if it was, because it's broken on 09.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it works.
Yeah, I need to rewrite this one.
Wolfie, tell Lewis to...
Ryan's in here too.
Fuck it, I'm done.
I don't know. I'm curious now. Maybe I'll try it.
Yeah.
If you say
With the
please, it
guide.
works.
I'm so sorry that they don't open to show you. Oh, that's awful.
He's teleporting. Oh. Pressing
Reset
levers.
your E and F lever.
I pulled it down.
Busted.
Alright, so
computing.
put it back up.
I pulled it
Okay.
down.
Oh shit, they were already both up.
Yeah, because I think they reset when I exited and came back down. So now they're both up.
Alright, hold on. So they're both up.
Mm-hmm. And I'm locked in the room.
Yeah.
Alright, so... Oops.
So make sure A, B, C, and D are all up.
Yes.
Okay, they're both down. Oh. Okay. I lost most of what Lewis was saying. Should be down. Alright, inspecting. Levers down. And... Levers down, okay. Then D, okay. O. Scadios. My levers are reset in this room. So I'll just go back upstairs and downstairs and that should reset it. Gotta pull the lever. And this one too. Okay, then we're gonna pull D. Okay, then A. That's A. No, that's B. This is A, okay. Alright, got it. Oh. Steals it. Teleports behind you. Alright, so I did A. And then I guess I go through a door. Then F. Uh-oh, that didn't let me through. Let me try this door. Oh, E? So there, I'm kind of stuck. I can't go. Let me try this door. Nope. Huh, there's no lever in this room. Okay, A up, then B. Okay. B. Oh, then C. Nope.
Yay.
Okay, then F, I guess. You hear a clunk.
Oh, now I just have to wait here for it to respawn.
I won't lie to you, I just wouldn't even do this quest on RSC.
I'm... Yeah... Oh, hey!
Oh my god, he got in!
Wait. No, I didn't.
Wait, what?
This fucking freaking-
It's tradable? Oh my god. No way, is it tradable?
Well, he declined the trade.
He's
I don't
just
know.
rubbing it in his face.
It says it's not tradable. If you can trade this, it's a bug.
Uh-oh.
It's actually not a bug, it's an admin feature.
Well, that's a bug that an admin can do it. It's inauthentic.
Time to start banning.
Yeah.
Banning. So I had done lever F, and that clearly didn't work. Okay, Lewis says to reset, then follow. Alright, let's reset. And, alright, I am ready. Alright. I did A. Okay, B. Door. Okay, then D. This door. Ah, it's so hard to click there. Okay,
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are hard to click in RuneScape Classic. Like the flax plants. Holy cow.
Okay, get B.
Was it based solely if you had your mouse on the sprite or not, instead of having, like, click boxes like you do in 2?
Yeah, I don't think there's a box at all. I think it's just the...
If you hit Control H, you can see the box.
Who
Control.
dropped all the oil cans?
Yeah, so that's the hitboxes. That's a RC plus feature.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
All right, he says
Um,
E. Then F.
There- There was recently a released OSRS deob where you could see the click boxes.
I'll take off. I took off the server mutes, but I will add the role of podcast to Woe Scam, and Double O has the role, and Lewis should be able to as well. But okay, okay. He says press C, lever C. That's D. That's E. Okay. There's C. Yoink.
Wait, what?
Then E. Wait, maybe Lewis is tricking me. Clunk. This is a long quest going through
I
these
wasn't
doors.
paying attention. Holy cow.
KBD. Oh no, it's the ultimate quest. Oh, I can't go in there with a KBD. There's two of them. Well, if I go really fast, I can probably escape the fire and get one oil can. Here we go. Here we go. No. I have.
Wow, tanked it.
Holy
Tank
crap. I have 2
Yeah, I
HP.
thought he was gonna one-shot you.
Wow. Nice.
As if this needed to be made harder.
That's why I brought cheese and tomato. I have. I'm now to 6 HP. Please update this account back to user group Uwu.
Yeah, that's my legit account.
Oh, sorry. My bad, dog.
All good.
Alright, so
hold
I've
on.
obtained the oil can, and I don't know what I'll need to do for Ernest, but I need to get a key somewhere. Maybe it's upstairs.
Dang, that KBD dropped the rune long.
Mm.
Yay.
Smite NPC. Ooh, scary ghosts. There's fish food. Oh, I can probably find the key in the pond.
Yes.
Bed has bed bugs. It's a spooky manor.
Is that a thing?
No.
Oh,
Oh, and there's Keenix, the spooky admin over there. What's upstairs? Ashes. Professor Odenstein. Ernest the chicken. Burnt bread.
I don't think for Vampire Slayer you need to go to the top floor.
Yeah, but since I've kind of started that quest, may as well finish it.
Oh, I agree. I'm just saying.
I'm looking for a guy called Ernest.
Ah, Ernest. Top-notch bloke. He's helping me with my experiments.
So you know where he is then?
He's that chicken over there.
Ernest is a chicken? Are you sure?
Oh, he isn't normally a chicken. Or at least he wasn't. Until he helped me with my test polymorph machine. It was originally going to be called a transmutation machine, but after testing polymorph,
Get it? Chicken morph?
seems more appropriate.
Nice.
I just noticed. I'm glad Veronica didn't actually get engaged to a chicken. That'd be some good tendies.
Who's Veronica?
Ernest's fiance. She probably doesn't want to marry a chicken.
Oh, I don't know. She could have free eggs for breakfast.
Isn't that a little anatomically incorrect? I think you better... what is it, text? I think you better change it back.
It's not so easy. My machine is broken, and the house gremlins have run off with some vital bits.
Well, I can look out for them.
That would be a help. They'll be somewhere in the manor house, or its grounds. I'm missing the pressure gauge and a rubber tube. They've taken my oil can, which I'm going to need to get this thing started again.
So, I've got the oil can. And, oh, there's a tinder box there. The Tendy spawn.
Pendies.
Alright, let's see this door.
Bruh.
Search chests. You find nothing. Then why is there a chest there?
That's for a different quest.
Uh-huh.
What quest is that for?
It's for the Holy Grail quest.
Oh. I've never done it.
Same. I've done maybe 15% of the quests in this game.
So I have to get it past the skeleton, but I only have 10 hits. I'm a level 3, and I have no key.
You're not level 3.
I'm a level 3 in terms of hits.
Oh, sure. Yes.
The door won't open. Oh, great. I gotta go through the back door?
Oh, Lewis logged out. Oh, so did Ryan.
Shears, bucket, spade. Oh, I need a spade. And I'm in the backyard. I'll just path around the scratchy tree. I'm sure it's back here somewhere. Oh, search. Approach tree. No.
Don't do it.
I don't have enough hits. Ooh, there's cabbages.
Special defense cabbages.
It is. Okay, these are the most valuable cabbages in the whole game. I want to be paid 1 million special defense cabbages. Inventory full. That's helpful.
Inventory is full.
Yeah,
Aren't those genuinely different cabbages, though?
51
They genuinely
defense. 51 defense. They are special defense. Nope. But I can definitely not die now, thanks to my cabbage friendos here.
They respawn super fast.
I need to grow cabbage. That needs to be my next hydroponic experiment, growing cabbages.
Respawn is too fast. Need to wipe the server of special cabbages.
Yeah. Ooh, I bet I can use a spade in this compost heap, or at least search it.
Indeed, you can.
Dig spade. Use spade with compost. I found a small key. Hooray. And I bet there's a pressure gauge in this pond.
Where do you get the steak?
You carve it.
From a cow.
Get it from a friend.
Talk to Veronica. Have you found my sweetheart yet? Yes, he's a chicken. I know he's not exactly brave, but I think you're being a little harsh. No, he's turned into an actual chicken by a mad scientist. Oh, that's odd. The color of the text. Look at that. She's in white right there.
Well, that's because she's not talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's out an ear-piercing shriek. Shriek.
With 2 E's.
Shriek. Eek! Why must these things happen to us? Well, I'm doing my best to turn them back.
Well, be quick. I'm sure being a chicken can't be good for him.
You mean a rooster?
That's true. He's a chicken.
Well, The pond. Where is the pond? I thought the pond was out front.
It is out front.
Oh, it must be further down?
Yes.
Oh, there it is. It's over hiding.
Inside the gate.
Okay. We'll use fish food in the fountain.
To be fair, those ponds looked good back in the day.
That might be a bug. I think you're supposed to lose your fish food.
Ah. Well, nothing happens with the poison or the fish food.
Well, authentically, you're supposed to combine poison and fish food, but I think authentically also, if you use the fish food, the fish get like a nice meal.
Ah. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, now I use the poisoned fish food. Oh. Piranhas. Oh. The piranhas drop dead and float to the surface. Search fountain. There seems to be a pressure gauge in here. There's also some dead fish. No shit. The pressure gauge from the fountain has been taken. I don't think there was a search fountain option before. Was there?
There would have to be.
Yeah, it would have just said that there's piranhas inside.
Okay. So let's go into the room with the spooky skeleton. This is a good Halloween quest to do.
Sure.
I'll be right back.
So here's a closet key to open the door. Can we talk to the skeleton?
No.
He doesn't want to talk to me. Take
He
the
could
tube.
talk, he just doesn't feel like it.
Ghost talk. They say woo woo. The skeleton's not that great at fighting. Me and my black two-hander here. Questing in style. I got coins. It's locked. Oh. Okay, so I have all 3 items, and that should be enough. Okay. Find that ladder. Spooky ghosts. I remember trying to do this quest as a noob, and those ghosts would attack me. Can I kill the chicken? Nope. Okay.
It's a special chicken.
Special defense chicken. Have you found anything yet? I have everything. Give 'em here, then. You give 'em all the items. It was dreadfully irritating being a chicken. Oh, how can I ever thank you? Well, a cash reward is always nice. Of course, of course. 300 coins. Where's the chicken holding that the whole time? You completed it and gained your quest points. Special defense quest points.
Talk to Ernest.
Oh.
Yeah.
He doesn't appear interested in talking.
Okay. It's been a long time since I did this quest, and
Yeah.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
No, I'm just one of the tenants. It belongs to the Count, who lives in the basement.
Aha. So there is a count. What does this machine do?
Nothing at the moment. It's broken. A transmutation machine, but it's also spent time as a time travel machine and a dramatic lightning generator. Anything for generating monsters.
Time travel. What the heck? That doesn't make sense. Here? But there is the count. I have garlic. Maybe the steak's down there.
I don't remember where it's at.
Well, you could talk to the person that gave you the quest. He might know where to go next.
Oh, that is a rather helpful hint there.
That's a pro tip for you.
For any quest, honestly.
Avoid the tree. Special defense branch.
Isn't there only one tree that does that too?
Oh, there's two
Yeah.
of them.
Like a lot of them. There's a lot of them.
Oh, there's one there. Yikes.
I think don't you have to click on them though?
Yeah, in this game you don't. It doesn't get triggered by you just walking next to him.
Oh,
I
okay.
think there are some members only tree that do trigger, aren't there though?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's a proximity tree in this game.
Definitely was in RS2.
Yes, and it was very cool.
Great for bots. Oh, no, see, that triggered me.
Well, you clicked on it.
Oh, darn it. I thought I was talking to her.
Also, that did a lot of damage.
Yeah.
I'm already pretty weak right now. He went off to some green warty guy. I'm sure he'll be back soon.
No, didn't you complete Ernest the Chicken?
Yeah.
So you need to go to Who Gave You Vampire Slayer.
That's right.
Well, nobody did. I haven't started it.
Oh, well, there's your problem.
Yeah, I guess Drainer?
Yep.
And maybe Ned or another one of those.
One of them.
Probably Ned. I'm just going to pretend it's Ned. Because those cert traders are sketchy. And,
They don't care what happens to Trainer.
they're there to give you some lobbies.
And some coal. What's there a bot doing in Drainer?
Well, this one I think was pickpocketing.
Oh, okay. Cause like, what's interesting other than the
Oh,
servers?
he's fighting. Men?
Yeah, I think there's a couple that also kill the rats for some reason.
They don't give you any
Yeah,
damage.
he's killing a little spider.
Okay, whatever.
I don't need any rope. Well, old Nettie here is always there if you need him.
How about that person to your right?
Leela. Well, Leela needs help with the prison break.
That's right.
That is no concern of yours, adventurer.
Here's Morgan. Morgan Le Fay.
There's a promising lad.
Please help us, bold hero.
What's the problem?
Our little village has been dreadfully ravished by an evil vampire. There's hardly any of us left. We need someone to get rid of him once and for all.
No, vampires are scary.
I don't blame you.
Cycle. It's like the dialogue goes too fast and then it goes too slow. I tried fighting him, he wouldn't die.
Maybe you're not going about it right. I think first you should seek help. I have a friend who is a retired vampire hunter, Dr. Arlo. He may be able to give you some tips. He can be found in the Jolly Boar Inn these days. He's a bit of an old soak.
An old soak.
An old soak.
Mention his friend Morgan. I'm sure he wouldn't want me to be killed by a...
He wouldn't want me to be killed by a vampire. I'll look him up then. I wonder if that sets the player cache to start the quest, or if I actually have to start the quest with the proper entry in the dialogue.
That does help you start the quest, yes. You can't just go up to Dr. Harlow,
So-
even authentically.
Why does it give dialogue option 3? Well, I guess it did, because I can't reach it now. It started the quest.
Yeah,
Huh.
That's probably authentic, honestly.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So Jolly Boar, I'm going to expect that to be...
North, east of Varrock.
Okay. By the wilderness.
Yes.
That's right. Don't wander in.
Unless you want to get killed by a bot.
Silly
They're
bots.
out there.
Cape dying is one of those things that I remember liking a lot about this game.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to wield the amulet. There. Screw the ghost speak.
Wearing Ghost Speak all along.
Yeah, I don't need ghost speak anymore. I just litter.
I don't think that you drop
There
at the
is-
end where you're walking.
What?
Is that all
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
drop?
you drop. That's authentic. You can't drop while moving.
Okay. Well, I knew you can't drop while moving, and I was just wondering if it cancels your drop or what.
No, that's correct. But there is another ghost that you can talk to with that amulet, by the way.
Oh. Then I need it?
You don't actually. First of all, you can get it back from the guy.
Okay.
Second, I don't think it's actually necessary. It's just a Easter egg.
We're going to play this game the way it was meant to be played.
Yeah. Log and Luis know so much more about the actual game than I do.
RuneScape historians.
We're trying.
Whenever I think of a question, it's like, I'm gonna ask either Luis or Log. Or both.
Yeah.
I guess the benefit we could do is cut the quests apart in videos,
Yeah.
and that would help.
Yeah, you can do that.
Because, like, YouTube might have limitations and all.
The limitation is 10 hours.
And also just players' attention or people audience watching.
Yeah.
Sure.
There's old Gertrude. Might as well start that quest.
Pretty sure it's Gertrude.
Cat.
Gertrude.
Jerry Trude.
I used to call her Gertrude too.
Do I look okay? These kids are driving me crazy. I'm sorry, I just lost her.
Lost who?
Fluffs! Poor Fluffs! She never hurt anyone.
Who's Fluffs?
My beloved feline friend, Fluffs! She's been purring here by my side for almost a decade. Please, could you search for her while I look over these kids?
Absolutely I'll get Fluffs. Fluff's the most important NPC of the game.
Yeah.
Really?
Also, I never
Thank
thought
you.
that
Yeah.
those kids were actually kids. Like I thought they were just like dwarves.
Yeah.
I was like, why are there random dwarves in that woman's house? And I never went to her house because I thought it was so weird.
The boy's busy playing.
That's why I never did Gertrude's cat quest, by the way, Log.
Okay. No excuses.
They are
I
tiny men.
remember, right? I remember back when we did the when we were like testing some things. Log got so mad at me that Gertrude's quest.
Oh.
Should have done it.
Fluffs is so important.
Takes like 5 minutes to be able to get to the part where we could have done that bug. Oh well.
Fluffs is the most
You were
important.
so mad at me for like a year about that.
Never forget.
And now it's closed. I still can't get the data I need.
Hopefully someday they'll bring it back, I'm sure. Never.
For the low price of 100K
I don't think
cabbages.
unless somebody pays them the 100,000 cabbages.
Apparently even 250k wasn't enough. Because Roger Wilco had wanted to make changes to the game to like fix bugs, which would require source code access, which would require access to code still used in RuneScape 2 and OSRS. So that's why it fell apart.
I don't fully believe Roger Wilco.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes sense is the number that was put out makes some sense. At least for 5 years ago, what they would have wanted 5 years ago or so. Even 3 or 4 years ago. That $250K makes sense for what they would have wanted back then.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if it were a problem with RuneScape 2 still using RSC infrastructure code, he should have been like hired on as part of Jagex or undisclosure agreement or something.
Yeah.
They just didn't want the game anymore. They hated it.
Oh yeah, it's very clear that they've hated this game for a long time. It's
I-
clear
I-
even
I
Andrew
don't think
Gower
so.
hated it.
Oh my god, no, I don't think so. I really think they just felt nothing about the game, and most of them joined Jagex after the game was a thing.
Right, but I think even Andrew Gower started to like dislike
Well,
it.
he did claim that RuneScape Classic was one of the proudest things he did, like getting it started. So I don't think he hates it either.
The hard part is that they tried to fix things and they broke more, like Desert Heat, and
Well, yeah, that's a shame.
and then the stuck chests.
The stuck chests, that would probably have always been broken.
Yeah.
Just thinking how it works, they probably set up an event to, or not an event, like a fork to re-close the chest, but the fork, whatever forking method they used, died
Yeah, the forking
when the
method
player
was
logs out.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I was gonna say that they just reset the server. That's why it wasn't an issue.
No, I'm saying it probably
Yeah,
they
yeah.
probably forked to close the chest after a certain amount of time,
Right.
and forking probably like when the player logs out, all the events are killed.
Yeah, I saw that warning in the rune script. Like, warning, don't use this.
The only question is, how do like the trees and stuff work? Why don't they break? With what
I
we
guess
know about
it's
RuneScript,
so.
why does the chest break but not trees? Or mining rocks or fires or anything like that?
Yeah, it's the same thing. I guess they just used a different method.
Does anybody have a quick link to the RuneScript documentation? I'm going to take a quick look at it.
Maybe it's somewhere deep in Discord.
Do you want
Yeah.
the issue or like the website?
The website, Ryan.
I can grab it.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Cool.
I just want to look and try to explain that, honestly, because we'll need to replicate that behavior that whatever event it is dies when the player logs out. Because that's got to be what it is, right? It's got to be something like fork.
My guess was that maybe I don't know. I haven't used the chess in the game. My guess was that they tried to reference the player in the fork, like maybe they send you a message or something. I don't know.
Oh, and the fork dies when the player gets a message?
Yeah, because it's a null reference or whatever. That was my guess, but like I said,
yeah.
I don't know what happens when the chest closes.
Do our events die on exception?
That's a good question.
I think they do.
We're not exactly sure what the authentic behavior is, but there actually is good indication that it is null
It
pointer
should.
references.
Well, we do. They should. If a script encounters an error, there was an error in a script with the big net fishing. You don't get that message that you failed to catch
Oh,
up.
so that call just fails, not the entire script,
Well, it fails at the point that it fails.
and then it stops processing after that.
That's right.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, no problem.
I want to say fork doesn't propagate context.
Would it carry the context over from the original?
I don't think so. But maybe it would, because
Because I'm thinking like, how would you like? I posted an example in the dev chat with like, I think Ernest despawns after a little while. So I was thinking like maybe it forks and then delays and then deletes him. But to use delete NPC, at least from the documentation that we have, you'd need to have the context NPC.
Yeah, you're right. So fork would definitely carry the context forward. So to Log's point, if the crystal chest tries to like send the player a message, it gets a null pointer, processing stops, crystal chest is bugged.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense because the rocks don't send messages to the player.
Right, and neither do trees or
Yeah.
fire camps, anything like that. So it's any time that you do something to the player and a fork can cause the crystal chest bug. Yeah, that's probably exactly what happened. So that is also there's also very good evidence that fork copies the context, basically. Copies the context or uses the same reference, the same context, either or. Probably same reference. That would be my guess that it uses the same reference.
I grabbed the hammer and out of the bank and a stake from Dr. Harlow, as well as some
Yep,
thread that I found.
Drunk Dr. Harlow.
Yeah.
Dr. Harlow has some really good dialogue, actually. He's like, I don't care if, just get me a beer. I don't care if everyone in Trainer dies. Get me a beer and then I'll help you.
So Log, have you tested if our scripts are authentic in the way that when an exception is encountered, they stop processing at that point?
I've unintentionally tested it by making bugs, and I think they do stop in the middle of the script.
That's good. So we already have the authentic behavior then.
So I'm looking at Crystal Chest, and so after you open the chest, it does send you a message that says you find some treasure in the chest. I honestly just wonder if they put that message in the fork by mistake.
Could be. Isn't it like timing specific? Like, did you have to do it before the message, for example?
That's a good question.
And another question, are there any other messages after the chest, like when the chest closes or anything?
Not that I see. Right now in our code, it goes, you unlock the chest with your key, then it calls the change location, and then it says you find some treasure in the chest, and then it just gives you They could have put the code where it gives you the item in the fork too, and that could be what's breaking.
Can we check? We can check that in a replay to see if there's a delay between any messages and getting items, for example. We can do that. That would be really dumb if that's what they did. Also, fork apparently is even more dangerous than their documentation says. I mean, to be fair, this is 2001 documentation, and we don't know if they added API, but it doesn't seem like they did really at all. And if they did, it wasn't very much. Also, you gotta update the combat formula based on my feeling.
Well, someone will. I've been working on scraping combat, but I gotta fix catching first.
Mm-hmm. I think scraping is the only way we're gonna get anything better than we have.
I have the same feeling, actually. It is way too tanky.
It probably is. But feelings aren't actionable. Even if everybody's feeling is the same, it's not actionable. And to be fair, Log, it might be that you only need to change the weight between, because defense is weighted higher than attack.
Yeah.
So
maybe it's also possible that defense is counted double for NPCs and the weight is actually 2. Like, is it twice too tanky? That could be.
Do I have to drop the garlic on the ground or just have that in my inventory when I fight them?
What you
Inventory.
do? Yeah, it's in your inventory.
Okay.
And this isn't implemented yet, but it's supposed to remove 10 HP from Count Drainer when you first attack him while having garlic in your inventory.
Really?
Yeah, that is a RuneScape 2 thing as well. That's how that works.
I always, because yeah, it just says like he looks weakened or whatever, and then it doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah, I checked replays. It hits him for 10 when you first start the battle with the garlic in your inventory, and it doesn't when you don't have the garlic in your inventory.
I always just thought it like lowered his defense or something.
It does that to Mod Ash Revealed All on Twitter, but the 10 HP is definitely a thing.
I see.
Hey, I got the vampire.
Congratulations! Yay!
3
Nice.
quest points.
Wow, you saved Drainer Village. Good job.
Drano in the drain.
We are actually pretty darn close to having like full compatibility of RuneScript.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, not the real RuneScript, but the functions implemented in Java. Yeah,
Hey, that's really cool, actually.
they will be cool.
It'll
So,
be functionally equivalent at that point.
Functionally equivalent, but in Java, which is better than RuneScript.
Yeah.
so aside from everything else, how janky is RuneScript?
I feel like the if var is more than like function. I don't like programming languages where you need to use a function to compare variables, so that sucks. But generally, it seems all right.
Because there is a leaked there's like a leaked recreation of RuneScript on GitHub somewhere.
Not our version though.
Oh yeah. And I was looking into the
It's like
syntax.
a superset, though. Probably.
The syntax of RuneScript itself is just awful.
It's completely foreign, is what it is. It's just not like any other programming language.
Yeah,
RSC
that
is
whole
even
like
worse.
putting a
It's like,
plus or minus or star
Yeah.
in front of every statement or whatever.
Yeah. Put a plus in front of the statement if you wanted to execute when the last check was true.
It honestly reminds me of like something assembly or something like
Yeah.
that.
Somewhat like that.
Maybe.
Are you skipping those completely, Ryan? Because I think we should implement them even if we're not going to use.
I put everything that was on that website except for a couple things that I didn't know how to do, like the ones that we talked about mostly.
Fork.
So I didn't do
End maybe and no
Yeah.
delay.
I didn't do
Probably.
fork and
No delay.
no
probably.
no default.
No default. Yes, that's the one. Thank you.
I think there was isn't there like a jump command?
Yep. You can jump to labels.
There is.
Yeah, I didn't do that one. And then I
Yeah.
didn't do the ones that
We don't have a way to do labels.
shoot projectiles or the one that shows an
There-
effect. Those
We
are the
will
only
use
ones I didn't do.
Well,
There's labels in Java.
I was
There's not
going to say, if you really wanted to get hacky with it, you could use annotations as labels.
If you want to get hacky with it, labels would be functions, actually, in my opinion. It would be the same as go sub, actually. Any that you do skip, Ryan, like go sub, anything like that, just make a note that it's skipped.
Yeah, I put it all in the description of the merge request, like some
so-
notes and stuff.
How did you do the if var less? That's my first question. Did you just put a boolean on the script context?
So, I don't know if I did these right. So in RuneScript, the variables they can only hold a certain amount. Like it's like 128 or is it 256? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I wouldn't worry about replicating that yet.
Okay, because I did. I probably shouldn't have did this, but I made it so that it
I was gonna
fits the
leave.
number into the
I,
range.
I was gonna leave some feedback on that. You should definitely throw an error if you're gonna cap it like that.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
that's just an unfixable like hidden bug
Yeah.
that.
yeah,
That's fine, but to the question, did you put a boolean on the script context?
no, I just had it return one. I can put a boolean in the
Yes.
context if you
If you
want.
could please put a boolean on it. That's all that's really needed. Just put a boolean on it.
Okay.
We don't even need to use the boolean. We just need to populate one into the script context.
Do you still want it to return one?
That's fine. Yeah. Return 1, 0, true, false. Yeah, that's fine.
Cold Beer's is
All right.
about to die.
Oh, that's
What are you
bad.
fighting?
He's fighting a guard. Probably
Ah.
pickpocketing.
Yeah. Auto walk
And
back.
Ryan, you also like all the setvar commands. Those are going to player cache, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Great. Good job, dude. So all the commands are now implemented then. Other
Yeah.
than a few that we're gonna skip for now, and the ones that you want me to do then.
You had to do something with if there's two players in the context, it won't grab the second one ever. I think you commented.
That was on the old one. So what happened is I flat out replaced the say function, and there were some points where we had say being used on another player. But since I didn't replace the old functions in this new one, that shouldn't be an issue anymore.
Oh, that was an issue with the replacement then.
Some of the other things is just I mentioned how the open shop right now we have the shop objects, but in the future it should probably take an ID.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah, note
NPC
that.
retreat.
Mhm.
Right now, our NPCs don't retreat authentically. They kind of just run to a random square. They should retreat for a certain amount of ticks.
He started Juliet, Romeo and Juliet.
And I just received 2 messages from Juliet.
I think that's all you get. I think if I was reading if you drop them both, she won't give you another one.
Right. And then I think they are tradable, so you have to get it from a different account.
So 2 messages. Interesting. Cold Beers didn't die after all.
What were you trying to say, Ryan?
Oh, just that at some point NPC retreating needs to be fixed so that it takes ticks instead of, well, nothing really. Just running to a random square.
Why not do it now as part of RuneScape compatibility?
I don't know if I know how.
Okay,
I can
that's
look
a good
at
answer.
it.
That's a good answer.
It looks like at some point someone did think about it because there is a file that contains a bunch of guesses for how long NPCs should retreat. As far as I can tell, it's just not used anywhere. At least the guesses for how long they should be retreating for.
Log Luis, do you either of you know the behavior of retreat? Do they do away from the player specifically?
I don't know that.
You don't know.
Well, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Where's Juliet's father?
Upstairs.
Oh, he's an actual NPC?
Yeah, he exists.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Pretty sure he does.
Probably away from the player, but
Maybe south.
I wonder if there's any replays that would show that specifically.
Yeah, because right now, like I said, it just picks a random tile within their wander distance and has them walk to it. And I don't think they can re-aggro until they reach it.
Right.
Oh, maybe.
And these are script controlled retreats, though. They're different than like low health retreats.
I don't see
It
the
might-
father.
Does he not exist?
I think he said he's upstairs, right?
Is there even an upstairs?
Not here.
Oh,
Okay, well,
because there's an upstairs in RS2, right? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
he's upstairs in RS2 for sure.
Oh, Father Lawrence.
Oh, you're going to Father Lawrence. Oh, yeah, Father Lawrence is not here.
Yeah.
Some sort of church in Varrock?
That's right.
One of the two, yeah.
So there's the bar. Maybe it's down here.
It's actually north,
Oh.
northeast.
You know,
Kind of by
Ryan,
the museum. Yeah.
it might actually run in a specified direction. Or, sorry, a random direction, I apologize. But it just happens to move a specific number of squares.
Look at those dummies.
Ticks are the same thing as squares, by the way.
Wait, what? Oh,
You move
I get
one
what you're
square
saying.
per tick. So, like, we can hack it and just choose a square that's specified distance away.
Oh, that'll actually be way easier. I mean,
I don't know.
I
what
should
the
at least
original
say I would
behavior
know how
is,
to
but-
do that.
Yeah, you should be able to do that. I don't know what the original behavior is, though. That's the only issue. I don't know, like, time. It says server cycles, but server cycles is the same thing as tile distance, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the best way to do this. Like, does it always move? Does it move in a random direction every tick? Does it always move towards a specific direction?
From what I remember, I know that's never very good. I think they always moved in a straight line.
Away from you? But
Yeah.
it'll be a random line away from you, right?
Yeah, that's what I think, but I'm
Okay.
definitely not the
That
person to ask about
sounds
weird
right.
authenticities.
Yeah, that sounds right. And they probably just block if they run into a wall, for example.
That would be my guess.
I think we implement that. We can just choose a random direction and they keep going in that direction. Alternatively, we can choose a square that's a set distance away from you too, and the set distance is your tick.
So the Kadava berries, are they just south in the woods, or?
Yep.
I believe
Okay.
so.
Yeah. I like quests like this where everything you need is super close.
Yeah.
I like he had a good dialogue just then. Like, I need a wing of rat and a whole bunch of other stuff, but then he's like, I have all that. All you need is the Kadava berries.
Yeah, it's not terribly lazy as a quest.
This is a good quest. Rab made this quest.
What other quest did Rab make?
I don't know that he did make any others, but he may have.
Yeah, I think as far as I know, this is the only one he's like specifically credited with,
Red
at
berries.
least on the wiki.
Red berries aren't Kadava berries, but there's Kadava berries.
You do need red berries.
Okay.
Yeah, I would get those for making pie.
Red berry pie.
That's right.
And people
Oh,
out there mining. It's so cool having all these different areas just full of bots. Just busy.
It is cool.
Yeah.
You need more red berries too. You need 3 for dyes, and get all of your red berries.
Okay.
Do you need more than one cadaver berry?
I don't know. I always grab more, but I think you
I
only
think
have one.
I just did it yesterday. It's only one.
Okay.
May as well kill this unicorn here for its
I
horn.
forgot that those are aggressive.
Well, no. I chose to
Oh,
kill
you
it.
attacked it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It just keeps
That
running
would be
away.
kind of weird.
This is the best beginner's mining area in the game.
Yes.
Right here. I do remember mining here a lot. Before I was able to mine coal.
It's a really good one.
It seemed like a lot as a kid, but it actually wasn't all that much that I mined there, honestly, probably.
Probably.
Because I think you only need to mine to, what, level 15 or something?
Yeah, for iron.
That only takes you like an hour or two. If
Yeah,
that.
but the
Less than that.
time
yeah.
to get to coal can take a while, though.
Yeah. Maybe I just train there rather than get iron, because I basically only really mine coal.
You can make a lot of money selling coal.
Because I think even in RS2. Oh, never mind. I'm thinking about free to play. I was going to say, I think even there, the best method is just to power mine iron. But I think that's just free to play.
Yeah, it's only free to play. There's granite in RuneScape too.
Free to play setup should be pretty good now.
Yeah, Beast Fable did a lot of testing with free to play.
He's cool, dude.
Been playing a lot of Call of Duty lately, it looks like. Though
Yeah.
he's logged into Discord currently, just away.
He seems to be not into RuneScape right now.
You gotta have breaks, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. For me, RuneScape's kind of like a phase thing. Like, I'll play it for like a couple months and then I won't, and then I'll come back.
Yeah, it's great if you just need to kill time and you're sitting there in an airport or something.
Exactly. Like, I should be cutting trees right now on RS3 for my 99 wood cutting. I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm playing RuneScape.
Are you playing RSC?
Yes, I am.
There's only one RuneScape. The classic RuneScape.
I mean, to me, there is only one RuneScape. To
I'm
me.
also playing 09scape. Confession.
Didn't they recently close source?
I
Yeah.
think if I was to play another private server, I think it would be 09.
They're still not. There's-
Should I
They're
close?
still a not-for-profit server, so that
Mhm.
puts them above most RuneScape 2 servers.
Yeah.
But it is definitely disappointing that they had to close source.
Unfortunately, it came as a choice of necessity.
Why did that happen?
People were using their access to the source code to actively exploit the live game.
Was there no bug fix?
It's hard to fix a bug that never gets reported.
True. That is true.
And then on top of that, we had it was not an insignificant number of groups that took the code and tried to turn that into a closed source for-profit server,
We've
and
had
would
that too.
and people would sell our source to people. I know 3 separate people who bought our source without knowing it was open source for $1,000.
Yeah, we haven't had that. We haven't had people buy our stuff.
That's like real. That's kind of a problem. I feel like you're still gonna have people scamming with your source code, even though it is closed source.
Yeah, they're gonna have
They'll
the
just
old
use.
versions.
They'll just sell the old. So they'll get like a worse version that they got
Yeah.
scammed for.
That's gonna make selling even more prevalent, probably.
The leechers, I guess that is a reason to close source. Maybe.
Yeah, then the reason then comes down to, well, at least the further improvements we make won't provide an incentive to sell for larger amounts, at least.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it feels like to me that closing the source will just embolden the people who are trying to sell the source, because now there's not a free one available at all.
Well, it's still on GitHub, so there's
Yeah.
still a place to get the same thing that they're selling, but they it's either way you can't scam and say like, oh, I've got the best server ever. Like they would not have paid $1,000 if they knew what it was, right?
And
So
you have
it's
no
still
legal.
the case. It's
all-
still the case that they don't know.
Yeah, it's private server. It's not official. It's not legally licensed, so you can't follow up on it.
Yeah, and that is another issue that presents itself as well, is it's hard to enforce something like an open source license. So
An open source license for something you don't really own.
exactly. So it all kind of comes to a point where it's kind of crumbling in on itself a little bit, to be honest. Because we have all these people doing all these terrible things with our source, but we can't enforce anything with the source because it's not actually, legally licensable.
Yep.
I mean, we've got people stealing our code too, and we've never once thought about closing source. I know you guys have more of a problem.
We're
I
also
don't actually.
we're a big fish in a tiny little drip of a rain puddle.
Yeah, RS2 private servers are going to be way more popular
Right.
than RSC.
Right.
Oh, congratulations on Romeo and Juliet.
5 quest points.
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking to Log with it privately earlier, and I mentioned that it was a decision that I've been fighting against for a very long time, one that I didn't want to have to make.
So why does Romeo and Juliet give you 5 quest points when it's so easy?
One of the first quests implemented, so why not?
I see.
It really does not make any sense other than that.
Oh,
Because I can't even think of another
no
quest
lore-
that gives you that many.
Yeah, there's no lore reason for it to give you 5 influence, so I really don't know why. Like, nobody in Varrock cares that Romeo and Juliet was resolved.
All right. What potion would that be then? The one to get her to the crypt. So she is dead then. Ah, that's a shame. Thanks for your help anyway. I heard Julia had died. Terrible business. Her cousin and I are getting on well, though.
Very awesome. Great. I do love that quest.
That's part.
Yeah,
of the
the
charm of
writing's
RSC.
great on that.
It just had such character, the game overall.
So I don't know if there's any truth to this. I don't know if you guys have actually read or seen Romeo and Juliet, but in the play, Juliet does have a cousin that's featured, kind of predominantly throughout.
Huh.
I think he kills Romeo's friend, and then Romeo kills him, but I can't remember for sure. But I wonder if the reason that Romeo isn't that interested in going after Juliet is because he figures out he's attracted to dudes. Because as far as you know, he could be talking about Juliet's male cousin.
I mean, that would fit the theme. I mean, Shakespeare was gay, so it would fit the theme of that.
You'd have to ask Rab.
Right, that's true.
I think he
One
is
man knows.
contactable, isn't he?
Someone has been talking to Rab, yeah.
Yeah. Like, there is a
couple
way to
people.
get to Rab at some
Yeah,
level.
July, the history nerd, and now William have both gotten questions answered from Rab.
I think didn't he used to post on the RuneScape forums pretty often I think I saw a couple of his posts back when I used to troll the forums a bit.
I never use them myself.
I think he tried, but he got disappointed
Hmm.
that they didn't do anything.
Yeah,
They didn't care.
too bad.
It's the second time I've had grain come from an imp.
I did not know you could mouse over the progress bar on RSC Plus and get all that extra info. That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's been in there.
I saw the bank earlier, and I'm like, what is this all inauthentic client?
The bank is cool. That in inventory filter thing is so helpful, and that's only like one part of it.
And it would have worked on the original server, authentic.
Inauthentic.
It's such a pain to try to find that stuff that's in your
Authentically
inventory.
compatible third-party client mod. And
Inauthentic.
You know what? Louis had bank search filtered on the Jagex server that was already implemented, so this is just super authentic.
Still inauthentic. I disagree.
Efficient. 99.
Yeah, it sorts your bank automatically. Really great. And authentic.
and inauthentic.
Sort by value.
Very inauthentic looking bank. It looks like it belongs on a private server.
No, it looks like it belongs in RuneScape Classic.
There's a reset on the left and a reset on the right.
Did you do the RSC Plus banking improvements log?
I did that, yes.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Good work.
Yeah,
Thank
to be
you.
serious though, it does look good.
Fancy. This is better than the custom bake interface.
Thanks.
Yeah. The custom bank interface has a few things that this doesn't have, but it does look better, yeah.
Notes are terrible. Delete
Just like
notes.
genuinely does work on the real server, so
We should have called notes certificates from the beginning.
yeah.
Yeah, it's all fixed now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good change. I liked that.
Yeah,
I do appreciate that change.
yeah, it's good.
That was good, Luis.
So there's 3 beads. Should I have a blue bead?
No,
It's for
No, there's red, white,
one
yellow,
at the
black.
top.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with all 4 beads...
You
Was
can
it
just go turn in the quest.
Wizard's Tower?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you've done all the quests that ever go to Wizard's Tower at that point.
Good, because it's a long walk.
I don't think there's
Demon
any other
Slayer.
quests.
Demon Slayer is also the
Oh. I didn't know that.
And then that one rune crafting quest that Anij wrote.
Well, rune crafting's not on Uranium.
Thankfully.
Yeah, which reminds me, we need to get to those other altars. People have
Yeah.
99 rune crafting and can only make up to like, what is it, like law
Chaos.
runes or something?
There are
Chaos-
law
chaos
runes,
rune.
and I wanted
Oh yeah,
to do
chaos.
them, but
Lawrence aren't there.
Law
anybody
runes
can do
really
them.
need to, that's Law rune is like the #1 rune you want to craft for RuneScape Classic too.
Yeah.
Death runes and blood runes.
I
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
henceforth relinquish my claim to do the law room altar. I'm probably not going to get to it.
Is that's the one that's already in there, right?
Yeah, you just need to be the talisman, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to do it, but I decided not.
So
I
we
guess.
could probably just throw in a teleporter, get the talisman and stuff. Probably
Yeah.
get that one up and running pretty quick.
A little different from RS2, but manpower and what we have something implemented, so we might as well put everything we have in the game now. Well, okay, not the dragon stuff because we do want to stagger the
Yeah.
dragon stuff, but everything else.
Just release it all at
Yeah.
once.
No, we want to stagger the dragon stuff because I don't think we're gonna do any tiers above dragon.
Diamond
No, we
dragon.
need those barbarian items, man. Or the
Oh.
berserker helm.
So
we might do a tier between dragon and rune.
So I will admit, even though it is kind of clunky and the one-time use thing was odd, I did think the idea of using a command to trigger a special attack was kind of cool, because that kind of like gives you another interaction besides just clicking. You're actually like having to type. So I thought that was interesting.
Right. We should have some type of captcha system to trigger a special attack.
Yeah, you just like shout something out and do big damage.
You should have to solve a random event mystery box real quick.
Foos Rodo.
It could be like those old typing games where the words are coming at the screen and you got to type them in time.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm good at typing, but I suck at those games for some reason.
Love those games. Really do.
I took keyboarding twice in high school just so I could get better, because I used to type like 20 words, and thankfully I got up to like 70, and I've been going pretty good with that.
I do like 100.
I do 100 if it's like text I didn't write, but probably way more if it's not. Sometimes like 120, but
Yeah, that sounds about right for me too, honestly.
Give me a quest,
If
please.
I'm copying, it takes me a little bit more time, but
yeah, if it's your own natural speech, you're able to
Yeah.
like speak faster.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Stop messing around and give me a quest.
Yeah, it was, give me a quest, please. Give me a quest or else. Or stop messing around. Just give me a quest. Sounds like that might need to be audited.
Some of the dialogue in this game.
It's
no,
okay.
the dialogue in this game is really weird, and I'm sure
Yeah.
Luis.
Yeah, the lines are there.
Yeah.
I used to just go around and talk to the NPCs because of all the funny dialogue lines you could have.
Mhm.
It's like genuinely the only redeeming factor for RuneScape as a game is that it has such unique and like funny dialogue.
Yeah. Yeah. for sure.
Also, I'm pretty sure Luis audited at least all the free-to-play quests.
Yeah, like I went through the scrape of the dialogues and
Yeah, and didn't you do even like the members quests too? or something?
yeah. So all the dialogues are
Yeah.
pretty much like
I was impressed because there's like a real obscure Easter egg that I found in a tourist trap, and Louis did implement that, so I was pleased.
Except we lost the R in levers.
Yeah, somehow. We're gonna have to audit again, and
oh
also,
That
like,
might not even be Luis's fault. So.
Yeah, I assume that wasn't covered in his dialogue.
yeah
pass.
that is because it's a player message like
It-
doesn't harder than the
system
dialogue.
message.
Yeah, so that's not even necessarily Luis's fault.
Yeah
Right.
yeah for me it was the dialogue mainly, but yeah probably there are some player messages that and timings that need to be.
Nice.
Log, I hope you know I care about your bug reports because I've been sitting here pickpocketing ham members for an hour.
Oh, well, I'm glad.
I have successfully done the quest.
Congratulations on past. Actually, it was like 4 beads that you got spawned in, so never mind. No congrats.
I will admit, I did have someone trade me them when I started here.
Yeah, that quest is no fun in my opinion.
I like that quest. I do enjoy killing the imps and like that's like one of the enjoyable parts of RuneScape is trying to get the RNG for the item that you want.
I think I got like half of them legit. I think I only traded 2, but like, I don't know. I've watched some of the people on the server do it legit, and man, it's some of them it takes quite a while.
Took bees like
I mean,
2
that is
hours.
the problem. It's imps, and they don't have a lot of drops that you want. So
Yeah.
it's not like you're getting rich while you're trying to get the beads.
And they have a
They
big
can be
run
hard to
radius.
Yeah, they do have that too.
Yeah.
And imps can be hard to find too. There's not very many spawns of them.
Yeah, if
When
you
there
don't know
are
the
spawns, there's only
metagame.
1 or 2 at the same place.
If you don't know about going to Karamja Volcano, it's tough.
Yeah, Karamja Volcano, yeah, for sure. That's the only place that you can get more than 2 at the same place.
I always called it Karamja.
That's what I call it.
I think that's
I say
true.
Karamja.
What did I say? Karamja?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's wrong for sure.
I was copying log.
Karamja.
Some of the pronunciations, like I know Classic doesn't have this, but like Prifdinus in RS2 or
yeah.
RS3, I think if you look on the wiki, it's like, I think it says that it should be pronounced like Prifdinus with like a TH, even though it's not spelled like that at all. So I don't know.
No, some of the Jagex pronunciations, I reject them, and I'm like, this is how you say it in America.
By the way, @ran@ is still one of my favorite things about RuneScape Classic.
Yeah, it's defining.
And we still have a Ram Party hat.
Did we ever implement that? I know it's on our list.
You know,
It's on the list.
Yeah.
Not yet.
I don't care who you are. I pronounce it Prifidinus.
Definitely.
it's like Arduidshny.
So when you type in the color code, like the color and it changes the color of your chat in the text box, is that RSC plus or was that in the authentic client?
That's authentic.
Yeah.
Okay, so fun fact, even if you're on the login screen, if you do the colors, it'll change the colors.
No way.
Which
Yep.
is also authentic.
That's authentic, yep.
Wow.
That is
Because
authentic.
I don't even think RS2 and 3 will change the chat box color for the...
Yeah, and I wish they did too, because I always get the color and the text effect like in the wrong order. And that saves some embarrassment if one, if they like allowed you to do it in any order, but 2, if they did have it like a preview, that would be great.
The only problem is if you do like @ran@ and type a whole bunch of W's, like all the W's,
Let me. Oh yeah, that's nice.
enter only the top line.
Oh, that's sad.
I actually fixed that in version 1, but
Not authentic.
Chris stripped out my fix. I actually fixed that bug. Seriously, I fixed the bug.
Christopher Show stripped that.
Yeah,
Not
Weird.
authentic.
it isn't authentic, but I did fix the bug.
That's weird that he would choose to refix that.
I'm happy to announce that your easy clues are definitely being pickpocketable.
Awesome, amazing. So glad.
I cried.
My finger hurts.
Trying to do a medium right now.
So what would the scavenger scrolls or whatever?
Yeah,
What kind of puzzles would we have for those? Because like,
I gotta go look at like ancient Boy Scout lore to try and get some unique ideas.
Ancient Boy Scout.
R/no context.
you have like a RSC tile puzzle where you have to make the picture with the sliding tiles.
I do want the tile puzzle because it's just a lot.
I actually enjoy it, to be honest.
I do enjoy it too. I know some people like hate them. They never got them. They never looked up the guide. They don't want to learn. They want the client to do it for them. But I don't know. I think we could do it just like. Well, I was gonna say like that you can pay in that one quest to skip it, but for a clue scroll you can just drop it if you don't like it.
Yeah, that's
Feel
true.
strongly about these scrolls and cabbage, don't you, Log?
What was that?
You feel really strongly about putting these scrolls in cabbage, don't you?
Well, I mean, it would be a good addition.
Phoenix hates clue scrolls.
It's
I
not
know.
that I hate clue scrolls. I just
That and the
prefer
Bone
to make
Crusher.
it different from RS2. Oh, I hate the Bone Crusher. The sheer number of people telling us to put Bone Crusher in, I'm like, no, fuck that. We'll find another way to fix prayer training.
Thank God nobody has asked us to add a Bone Crusher, because I think I would just ban them on the spot, to be honest. But there's also no reason to, because I mean, if you've got brawling gloves or even a gilded altar, I mean, it goes fast enough.
I never knew about Brawling Gloves. I think that must have been released really, like, late in RuneScape 2, for sure.
Yeah, it was near the it was either near the end of 2008 or very early in 2009.
Hmm.
They're still around in RS3, though they're much less useful.
Yeah, I don't even know what they do, honestly.
I logged into RS3 once for a grand total of 30 seconds to get my account for RSC. Back when they did the grand reopening.
Brawling gloves essentially just make you gain too much experience, a lot of it, an
Gotcha.
unfair amount of it.
Great, that's what we like.
Yeah, you put them on, you go into the wilderness, and then you do whatever, and you get 4 times the experience for it.
Oh, brilliant.
What's wrong
And
with Bone Crusher being in RS2 though? Like, isn't it an RS2 thing?
Not in our version, no. Bone Crusher was a
2010 or 11.
Oh, it's an OSRS thing.
yeah.
Okay.
I think it did come to RS2 like
Yeah, like with
right
Dungeon
before
Mimic.
RS3.
Yeah, which is technically different. I know OSRS is technically different from RS2.
Oh,
Yeah, it's different.
OSRS is just RS3 with bad graphics,
Yeah.
old combat.
Yeah.
That's an apt description.
Someone found a backup, and they suddenly had OSRS. Lies.
The weird thing about OSRS to me, okay, I have a conspiracy theory about this. I don't know if it's confirmed. I don't know if it's true or not, so disclaimer.
Mhm.
But there was this 2006 remake I was following very closely, and it was getting near completion. Like they were doing very well with it,
Yeah, Mitch was working on it.
and all of a sudden it just got shut down. Just out of nowhere, it got shut down. Nobody was able to play it. The website was down and everything. And then I want to say about a month later, Jagex pulled OSRS. And when OSRS released, it had the exact same content, not finished yet. It was the exact same revision. Everything was the same as that project was when it shut down. So my conspiracy theory is that Jagex did not, in fact, have a backup. They shut down that project, demanded their source code, and then used that for their quote-unquote backup.
Did that project use RuneScript?
It wouldn't have been incredibly difficult to convert everything over to RuneScript, and that's part of why I think it might have taken them so long to start adding new things to OSRS, because it did take them several months to start adding anything new.
Because I know
Yeah,
personally that they do
personally, I
use.
don't think so.
Yeah, like I said, it's just a wild conspiracy theory, but it is very odd
It
timing.
is a good conspiracy. I would say, like, definitely the events are linked.
Yeah.
That Jagex like wanted the private server competition out of the way.
Right.
But from what I've seen, like in OSRS, they have so many things in common with RuneScape Classic known things, and in common with the actual authentic behavior, that I really don't think so.
I don't think so too.
Yeah, I don't think the private server was that good that it could pass for the real thing.
I also know that they do use RuneScript in it, for example.
Yep, they had
Well,
to find
in
RuneScript.
defense of my loony conspiracy theory,
Yeah,
it did take them about 4 or 5 months to start adding anything new to OSRS.
their tools were broken. That's the excuse they gave for RSC anyway, that their tools were becoming non-compatible.
RSC probably closed due to Oracle support.
Yeah. So more Roger Wilco I don't want to say conspiracy. Let's say rumor. Let's say rumor on this one.
Hot
Roger
air.
Wilson said part of the reason that RuneScape Classic shut down was due to security concerns with the login server. Apparently, people were using the RuneScape Classic access to the login server to brute force accounts in OSRS and RS3, and they didn't feel like fixing it.
Did RSC not have like?
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me because I feel like they could have just copied and pasted the access from the other games. But
and also, isn't the login server supposed to be the one thing that like is stopping them from wanting to share RSC code?
Well, that's what I heard. I heard that
Yeah,
it was being abused.
Yeah, so like if they're worried about implications for RS2,
Well,
then the brute forcing attempts should apply to RSC as well, because it should all be running the same login server.
you would think so, but apparently not.
According to that
it's
rumor.
the same. No, well, it's the same login server, but it's not the same like endpoint. It's not the same access to it.
Gotcha. At least according to that rumor.
According to that rumor.
You guys want to know something crazy?
Yeah.
Give me just a moment here. I'll show you a screenshot. I feel like this is something exclusive to RSC or RS2 Plus development. Is people, ever since we closed the source, people have been sending me messages like this. I'm gonna post it in the podcast planning channel.
Okay. You want to sell your implants? Yeah, right. Okay, thanks. That's why we closed it.
Piecemeal sell me it so we can pay to win.
Eek.
It's just so many people just, it's all about money. It's all money.
Yeah, that's really disgusting.
That sucks. That sucks because it's not even your thing. It's like money for Jagex's creation.
Yeah, and we literally, like, 09's always operate on the principle of, like, we don't take donations, you can't give us money, don't try.
Yeah, same here.
Right. Yep.
But, you know, you get people that were like RSC Emulation and RSC Revolution and whatever the other private servers, they were making so much money per month, thousands a month on subscriptions and pay to win donations.
They make enough to live on it.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. It's not, you shouldn't be making money off of RSPS. It's inherently unethical.
Piru was claiming he was making $100-something thousand a year on RSCE at one point.
Mm.
And I'm sure they weren't paying taxes.
I heard the figure $80K for RCR from Clio.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah. So there's a lot of money even in RuneScape Classic private servers, apparently.
Yeah, I saw something the other day that said people will even buy and sell like the gold too for the private servers, which I thought was weird. I don't know why you'd do that, but
Gambling addiction.
The numbers are 10 times or even more for RS2 servers.
What really gets me is if a player will join 09 sometimes, like this happens at least once a week, somebody will join, see that they can't buy anything to get an advantage, and just immediately leave.
Very strange.
that's great. Why would you want to?
I don't
know.
understand why people want it. I don't get it.
And it's not like, oh, well, you can pay this charity and we'll consider that as your payment. It's terrible that people just want to pay to win. But they're used to these microtransactions to win games.
It's like, please, if you want to play the game, then play it.
Yeah.
Play the game.
Because as soon as you give them a transfer or anything they ask for, oh, they don't have any reason to stick around. They're bored. They quit.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever had a transfer players day, except for maybe Rhodesia.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
That's the one exception I can think of, Rhodesia.
I've been noticing an almost similar but not quite the same phenomenon on 09. We get the server that goes up to 20 times rates, which is our World 2. It gets a lot more new players, but it also gets a lot more people that just leave. The people who tend to stick around are the people who play on World 1 at 1x rates.
Yeah.
yeah, they're in it for the long haul.
Cabbage is more popular for us with 5x, but RSC rates are different.
You also get more dedicated ones on preservation,
Yeah.
like Orbrum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She is on like all the time. Even today, she's on like all the time.
I got a wolf mask in 2009 Scape.
Ooh, nice.
It's a great day.
Ooh.
Now you get to make Marwolf jealous.
Yeah.
Show off that HD wolf mask. Oof.
Oh yeah. My hair doesn't stick out the top of this one. Impressive.
I've actually, yeah, that's one of the improvements I made recently. Is I went around and I improved a lot of the hat clipping and such.
Yeah, good job.
Do you use a Diob client?
No.
Is there a D-Up? Not for that specific version, but for any HD client?
Yeah. No, not really. No.
Hmm.
What kind of client do you use?
09 uses a 530 client currently,
Hmm.
which is the least deobfuscated client out of the lot, excluding maybe the really obscure revisions like 568, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely seems like overall RSC hasn't changed much between 204, 202, whatever revision that actually is in 235.
Oh, it's not the same for.
The changes were only bad from 177 onward.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's pretty rough for RS2 HD. Just trying to go from 530 to 562 requires redoing rendering, packets, a whole lot of stuff.
Oh wow. Wow.
So how are you updating rendering reflection?
What do you mean?
How are you changing how the game renders? Is it through reflection and injection?
No, I mean we have the client decompiled. We can modify
Oh,
it that way.
okay.
It's just completely obfuscated.
Gotcha. It is not hard to decompile Java applications.
It is not, no. But a lot of the changes we can make with rendering, fortunately, are server-sided.
Interesting. Yeah, like the only thing that's rendering related on RSC that's server sided is what your character's wearing. And projectiles, technically, too.
Rendered server side? What does that mean?
I don't think you mean rendered on the server. I think he means that what the server sends affects the rendering. I think.
Yes, the server,
Gotcha.
the packets that the server sends to the client for rendering contain a pretty significant amount of information.
Huh.
Ours is very bare bones, like just what the character's wearing, animations.
There,
And
there's
projectiles, yeah.
there's so many components to the appearance of an RS2 character. So I think there's a total of, excluding any worn items, there's a total of about 12 or 13 individual body parts, so to speak. That includes like jaw, hair, stuff like that.
Cool.
Does it use a skeleton system?
It does use a skeleton system, but the skeleton itself can't really be modified. That it's pretty much just male or female with that.
Hmm.
Where are you going right now, Marwolf?
To the goblin camp, and I took the wrong way.
Gotcha. I was wondering what you were doing up by the wine.
It
Chaos.
happens to me every time.
Yeah, it's not a great design.
I had to go there for Dragon Slayer, and yeah, I went the exact same way you went.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
There's
Anvil.
because you have to go to find one of the, or no, I don't even. No, you don't even have to go to find one of the map pieces. I went there on accident because I thought, but because it said like you have to go get it from a goblin or something, but it meant the goblin in the Port Sarim jail.
Yeah, wart nose.
Yeah,
Brain.
Yeah.
Doric's on Anvil. Doric's quest is so bad.
it's so bad. Like, there's so many bad quests in RuneScape Classic. Sorry, RuneScape Classic, but like so many fetch quests.
It's
A lot
such
of great
bad
quests too.
quest.
A lot of great quests, but they came
Yeah.
later.
At least you don't have one small favor, or do you?
Oh my gosh.
I enjoyed that quest, by the way.
No, log. You're not allowed to. That's illegal.
It's got like peak, like such a density of dialogue that is like British humor. I really like it.
Oh, you want some peak British humor dialogue? Get your summoning up. Summon the compost mound familiar and talk to it.
Okay, I'll make a note of that right now. Summoning compost guy, do it. Okay.
Why are there bots here?
There's goblins.
55. 55 is picking
Yeah.
up those coins.
They sure find some creative places to do their training.
I saw one of Snow's spots is on Entrana because there's chickens there.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were getting mad too.
You take my chickens.
I don't understand everybody getting mad about the resources, like other people using the resources, because it's a high population botting server. I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
closed the doors. They messed up my bot. They're jerks.
Write better scripts.
Right.
Okay, I'm not to talk bad about anything in particular, but there was a person that left the Discord and like deleted their shared scripts and everything just because people were interfering with their bots, and that was so strange to me. It's like, what did you expect, really?
Well, that user was
Yeah.
not behaving and had a history and was let to come back recently and quit
He's
again.
Some type of famous person, he thinks.
Yeah, he does
he
think
was.
he's famous.
So, he felt disrespected, is what happened there.
Imagine having a big head for being popular in the RSC botting scene 15 years ago.
Or 2 years ago, even.
Yeah, or 3 years ago, but you know.
Yeah. Login server will be great.
Yeah, that's gonna fix all the botting issues at least.
How many worlds are we planning on having for each server?
I'm
Undefined.
thinking, I'm thinking 5 members, which one of them will be veterans, and then there will be one free-to-play server, and maybe we have a PvP world for Uranium.
Yeah, free to play will probably only be Preservation, maybe Uranium.
Well, you want free-to-play PKing, so definitely Uranium.
We don't want Cabbage free to play.
No,
probably.
Cabbage doesn't need a free-to-play, in my opinion. But
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
then you can even do like half the content. Like, isn't RuneCraft members?
you'd have to think about free-to-play, like restricting free-to-play stuff on there.
Yeah, it's just better to have all the focus on uranium.
Yep.
Let's see. There's probably gonna be like a World 2 of Uranium just to ease off bots.
Oh yeah.
So Uranium 1, Uranium 2, free to play Uranium, that's 3 right there. Coleslaw Cabbage, that's 5. Preservation free to play, that's 7.
How much
Doesn't
RAM?
like-
Lots of worlds.
How much RAM does a single OpenRSC server instance use?
On boot, 60.
60 megs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
says-
jealous.
That's on boot. It grows when there's more players on, and we have a memory leak right now, so average usage is growing. But
I'm very jealous. 09 with me online for my dev server uses like 2 gigs.
yeah,
Oh.
but we're like
Ouch.
60 when it's just
Yeah.
one person on.
I mean, it used to be that RSC daemon and RSC L and all the different iterations, they would be a gig for a world server and a gig for a
Yeah.
listening server or login server.
Well, Legacy didn't have a login server, but yeah.
I'll let the cat out one moment.
Server stats.
Because
So right now it's using 296 megs.
that's because we have a memory leak. though.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. I'm honestly jealous.
I spent a lot of time on this benchmarking stuff here.
128 threads.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
It is nice.
It would be nice to have a tool like that. Might make one. You might have inspired me.
I spent a lot of time on that.
Did you just make a bunch of clients disconnect?
I think
He
he
did.
did.
What a jerk.
Two.
How many did we lose?
Two.
Just 2.
Stop
Okay, it
that.
looks like a lot of people might have patched it in or might not be using vulnerable scripts. That's
Look at this parade of Notabots.
Like I said, get better scripts.
I want them to use the original scripts.
Get good.
you
Off-
should just have it. You should set up
Authentic.
a macro to send admin and a whole bunch of other messages on a loop every 10 minutes.
My XP rate has dropped.
Get good. I like how we can have OpenRSC replays too. That's,
Oh yeah, that's really great. We have those server side generated now.
yeah. So like your bug report, I can check it out and actually. see
Oh,
that.
that would be so nice. Currently, what I have to do with that is when somebody says, "Oh, this is broken," I say, "Okay, log out." And I make a carbon copy of their save and bring that over to my dev server and see what's going on.
We have PCAPs, which can be loaded into Wireshark, and then there's a really, I mean, I spent a year plus on this, but you can have Wireshark tell you what every packet is that was sent and what the data in it means.
God, that sounds so nice.
And you can log with RC Plus and make a recording.
Yep. It's server side and client side. You can make those recordings.
Extremely jealous of the amount of tools you guys have.
We also focus on tools, honestly. I mean, at least in-game tools. We've kind of let a few things slip to the wayside. Like we haven't really focused on PKing behaviors, for example. I know they've been reported in the past, but nobody's made a bug report.
Right, that's my stance on it too. If you can't even be bothered to make a proper bug report, I mean,
I understand these people have different brains. They don't think about development like patterns, but it just makes things nicer when there is a report.
my stance on it in my Discord is I'm not going to dig through a bunch of Discord channels to find things to fix. So if it's posted in the Discord and not in the bug report, I'm going to ignore it.
I'm gonna try to
That's
fix
my personal approach too. Everybody else, all the other staff members are free to take that approach or not as well.
I just don't have time to scroll back and look. If it's gonna get lost in chat.
Yeah, so sometimes you need the context, like what
Yeah,
they mean.
exactly. Yeah, Luis, exactly. I think Log is the only one who does that, if he even does it.
Well, this is important. It's PKing. That's like what people play RuneScape for. If they're not,
I will agree. Yeah, PKing is important.
But
Like
like,
I said, I do agree that the formula is probably wrong. I do feel like what actually happens is that the NPC's defense is doubled and the defense weighting is actually ×2, not ×4. That's what I think.
The
I
heck?
mean, that would be a quick way to make it more tolerable. We just need to scrape combat data.
I'm actually okay with that change before combat scraping. If somebody wants to like double NPC defense and
Um,
half the armor
well,
bonus.
NPCs are also too strong. They're too tanky.
So
I
if that's actually true, drop the bonus from 4 to 2 and just call it a day for now. Then.
I did notice that myself when I first tried to play Open RSC. I died to an imp about 6 times.
Oh,
Oh,
You know, I think why we're so tanky is because if you're fighting the early mobs in the game, they're really strong against you. So I think just the whole line is wrong.
Our formula's tested against hobgoblins more than anything else.
Yeah, on cows.
Yeah, it's accurate to hobgoblins actually. Like
You
it's
gotta
completely
be
authentic to hobgoblins.
players should be more tanky at the low levels, which I mean probably means the NPCs shouldn't be hitting as hard. And then later on, it's just way too tanky. That's my feeling, right? I gotta scrape the data.
Yeah,
that
to
might
make
be why
that
the
level of
chickens had to be
changes, I think.
nerfed to hit 0.
Yeah, I think that level of changes we need to scrape data because we can
Yeah.
prove that what we have is authentic to one NPC type.
I know that I trained on goblins back in 2002, and I can't do that on this server because they're too strong.
Oh, Log, don't yell at me, but I took your 1 in 50 on the easy clue just on your word. Because it
Well,
sounded right.
That's what it was already, and I looked on the wiki from way back, and yeah, that's what it was on ham members.
Because it did sound right to me, but I still took you on your word without verifying myself, which is usually not what I do.
Not a good pattern, but yeah, it was 1 in 50. What it had a defined in code was like 5 and 250, so that might be the real thing.
I think it's because I trust that you would more or less only say something if you were pretty confident in it. So I just.
My
That's
opinion is that for now we can drop the defense bonus to probably from 4 to 2 or something. I know what we have now is authentic to hobgoblins, but
I don't know. There is a reason that defense is so high. It might be because of the low level experience, and if we drop defense for that, it could screw up everything.
and make people take too many
Yeah.
hits, for
Yeah,
example.
the new players would come in and be like, "Oh my god, why am I not tanking these hits right now?"
Yeah, well, to be fair, like chickens, for example, they can't even do damage.
Yeah, but that's only. I think that's a hack, by the way. I think that's a hack that certain low level monsters don't do damage.
I put it in as a hack, but I'm not. I mean, I'm not convinced that Jagex didn't do that either.
I'm convinced that they did not. It's
I
not what they
mean,
did. There's no cutoff point. You can fight chickens, you can fight goblins, you can fight cows. None
There-
of them are going to hurt you that bad.
there's
Right,
not
but
been
chickens just don't do
any.
any damage at all.
There's
They're
not been
always
any
zero.
leaked combat formulas, has there?
I
There's
think there has
kind
for
of-
RS2.
like- From way back in early 2001, Tippett was talking to Andrew Gower, and they have like an approximate combat formula, but I don't know if it's any good.
What is it? Or do you have a link at least?
I don't have it on me. Sorry.
If I had to venture a guess, I would think they use formulas that are similar to the leaked skill success rate formula. In more situations than
Yeah.
that.
I would think so, yeah.
I think wasn't my skill success rate formula was actually really fucking close.
It was really close on guards pickpocketing. I mean, that line is like right on there.
I was close with like
Some
copper ore too and coal ore. Like the things that I knew specifically, it was really close. And the
Yeah.
code was probably exactly right. Because the
I don't
code
know about
was
that code.
described from RuneScript.
Yeah, right.
It's if stat random.
I mean, can't argue with the graph. Jan posted a graph of before and after, and it looked like dead on. But now we have the real formula, so yay.
And I've been greatly enjoying implementing that formula in as many places as I can.
What is that formula? It should be the same as if stat random. Should be.
I think it is that exact RuneScript call, yes.
Yeah,
But
didn't I?
I called-
I implemented that a long time ago.
I called it interp.
Yeah, you helped me do it.
hmm
I don't know. I didn't see it, so I didn't use it. Sorry.
I didn't.
But-
I didn't call it if stat random. I called it something else.
Yeah, well, I didn't look for if stat random. I looked for interp because that's what the wiki called it.
hmm
I just called it get skill success rate.
Right.
I
That's
think it was
logical.
like calc gathering success is what I chose. Something like that. It was something.
Yeah, I think it had calc in the name. That sounds right.
Yeah, and it was basically the same as if stat random.
Well,
I did that just with a couple of graphs.
If stat random.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know where the wiki got their name for it, and I have seen like Modash on Twitter. He'll be like interpolate between these two values. So I thought interp might be their modern RuneScript name for it.
Yeah. And to be
But
fair, we don't know if they changed the names or anything like that from 2001. Like, the documentation we have is only from 2001. Like,
Yeah,
probably what Rav would have seen, for example.
I don't think they had. They might not have had the technology to replace the names of functions because of how they just passed around text files.
Oh yeah, they would have had to change it manually. Oh man.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm feeling particularly insane, I get a crazy idea that maybe one day I could implement an RS2 server that's actually written with RuneScript.
That would be.
Grep existed in 2001, by the way.
What did?
Grep.
Oh, grep. Yeah, that's true.
Well, were they developing on Unix machines?
They did have Unix machines. I don't know that they developed on them. Actually, I've seen a picture of Andrew Gower in 2001 of June. He was using Windows XP before its official release.
Yeah.
Wasn't Sigwin around then? I mean, you can get Grep, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, yeah. I mean, undoubtedly, he could have replaced the. But did he, though?
Well, knowing Gower, he would have rather been like, either we make our own replacement tool or we don't use one.
That's so true.
That sounds right.
well,
Regard.
we've been going for about 3.5 hours, and it's about 2 o'clock here. I'm gonna get ready for bed.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. Regardless, I do think that.
Oops.
I guess I just lost my train of thought. Oh well.
Alrighty.
All right. Good night, Marvel.
Alright, see ya.